What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels, and life is absolutely awesome. I'm glad that you guys are here along for the journey with me, and I appreciate you. So thank you to everybody that also tuned into the show last night, because we had an absolutely phenomenal show last night on the other channel, the Anton Daniels channel. Let me close this really quickly. We had a phenomenal show on the Anton Daniels show last night, and I thought that it was absolutely awesome. So the new king of Thursday nights is here. Welcome to the new king of Thursday nights is here. Let me say it one more time like my dog, Dr. Umar Johnson. The new king of Thursday nights is here. Yes, I am. What's up, Missy Richmond? Trendy Locks, Classy Beats, Zion or Zon, Sam the God, Little Black Duck 2001, Trees, Kojak, all of my friends that's in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning into the Millionaire Morning Show. We here, we cooking, we doing God's work, we doing the things that we do on a regular basis. So shout out to you guys, and let's go ahead and get started with the show. So let me say this. Well, let's get the housekeeping out of the way first. Make sure y'all get that Tiege Henley. Seriously. I got my Tiege pack. I'm always working, and so I got to keep my Tiege pack mobile with me. And when I got my Tiege pack mobile with me, I also keep the Tiege bag with me. And so this all comes along with it. They just throw that in there. You don't pay extra for it or anything like that. But the link is in the description for you to be able to get your free gifts, your hand towels, and to make sure that you're on top of things. So if you are not a Tiege member, or if you're rocking with any other Tiege pack, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Get Tiege Henley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description. All right. Secondly, make sure you tap into the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I know a lot of y'all missing out on y'all bags. Y'all missing out on the information. You're missing out on the insight. And you will miss out on not only the meetup, but the video that I dropped this weekend, and you're going to miss out on the Invest in Your Business series. I don't think that there's any more important webinar that I'm going to do this year than the upcoming Invest in Your Business series. And if you miss out on that and you miss out on an opportunity to get seed money, and the only thing that you have to do is utilize the information that I already put inside of the Patreon in order to make sure that I'm adding value into your life. Make sure that you're networking with people in the Discord. Come up with a decent idea that I can either critique and say, nah, that's not ready for prime time, or I don't think that you're actually ready for opportunity to really push that product yet. Or I'm going to say, listen, here's the constructive criticism, and then keep on moving. Or I'm going to say, listen, here's a few $1,000s, here's a couple $1,000s in seed money to get your business off the ground so that you can vet out this idea more appropriately. Have a nice day. No contracts, no paperwork, no, I need a part of your business, no, none of that. So if you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, and if you're not aligning with a group of people that truly is going in the direction that you're going in, somebody said I couldn't find a Discord link in the Patreon. It's in the description of any of the most recent videos. The link to the Discord is in the description to any of the most recent videos, all right? So if you are not a part of the Bag Chasers and you're not a part of the Patreon, if you're not at the very least sharing your Patreon password with your wife or your children so that they can level up and utilize the information, stop begging the government for handouts. Stop asking for reparations. Stop blaming it on somebody in order to fix your problems. If you don't even utilize the information that's before you, then that's your problem. So if y'all not a part of the Patreon, and linking is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, I'm going to be in New York next month, hopefully, if the weather and the air quality in New York subside from the wildfires that's over in Canada, but we'll get into that shortly. Any other housekeeping that I need to do? I'm trying to figure out if there's any other housekeeping that I need to do. I don't think so. Well, let's go ahead and get cooking. I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. Also, let me give a shout out to TMAC77095, says that show last night was fire. Shout out to also Ian P. Williams, sent the $10 for Anton and AM showing support. Mike, that dude, also supported on Cash App with the 10 ball. Mike is always supporting the platform. And we rocking out. We rocking out. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's doing the work. And shout out to everybody that holds down the platform. Let me get into the show. Before I get into Mary J. Blige and Mark Zuckerberg on Apple's Vision Pro and Gilbert Arenas, I'm also going to allow for you guys to be able to cam up and ask me any question that you want. If you have some pushback for me, you are more than welcome to be able to come up here and say that. You don't have to be on camera, so you can just hit the link that I'm going to drop into the description, and you can just be off camera, and we can just do the audio as though it's a phone call. Or I prefer for you to be on camera if you decide that you wanted to share your thoughts on anything that we talk about here on the Millionaire Morning Show. Or if you just don't like me and you hate me, you're more than welcome to be able to cam up and let me know that and let me know why. So that is going to be available for you towards the end of the show because I made time for that. And that's what we do on Friday nights. And we're going to keep it popping. So aside from that, let me go ahead and get into it before we get into all of the nonsense, right? One of the things that people ask me the most, especially on coaching calls, but more than anything, they send me emails and they send me DMs, is they're looking for me to give them a special sauce or a shortcut or a highlight as to how it is that they can do things differently in order to level up with regard to their business, content creation, or in corporate America, right? And there's nothing wrong with you looking for the sauce. I'm very much expecting for you to ask that question and to have and get insight and information on that. But I want you to understand that regardless of how much information that I give you, none of it will matter unless you actually do the work. And let me set the expectation for you on that. Doing the work is incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard to become successful. No matter how you cut it, no matter what podcast is out here telling you that it's easy, no matter who it is that's selling you on an idea that you're going to be living on the beach while you're just making money in your sleep and you're just going to have passive income coming in and all of this other type of stuff. For 99.9% of the population, that's not our fate. The determining factor for whether or not we're going to be great or in the top of our field, or we're going to make a lot of money, or we're going to live this fast lifestyle, is largely going to come based off of how it is that you really put the effort in. And so let me give you an example, right? Thursday nights, right? I'll use that as an example. And clearly on Thursday nights, as indicated or shown last night, just with the first show that I did on Thursday night, is head and shoulders above the competition. Flat out. No matter how you spin it, no matter how you put it, there was nobody that put on a better show than we did last night on Thursday nights. It's just a fact. By every available, measurable, visual metric that you can use, it just is what it is. Production quality, subjects and content, quality of the people that's actually having a conversation, numbers, the whole 9 yards, right? We absolutely killed it. We crushed it. We knocked it out of the park. Even if you want to talk about thumbnails, like all the way down to the little nitty gritty details, we killing it. And I have somewhere where I'm going with this, right? When I look at a lot of these content creators and I look at what's going on YouTube, you can even look at some people and they could have a decent amount of subscribers, or they was hot at one time, but they fell off, right? They can't get 100 views. When I see people that want to start YouTube channels, right? And I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show, so thank you to everybody that's donating. When I see people that want to start YouTube channels and stuff like that, and they want immediate success, for some reason, they think that their idea is just going to take off. And so what they do is they may jump on a panel, or they may say something cool or witty, and they think that they can have a show, and then they go off and they try to do content on their own, and they find out that they're not as good as they thought that they were. Not only are you not as good as you thought that you were, but also you can't keep up, you can't compete, you don't have the wherewithal, you don't know how to carry a show by yourself, you can't even talk without saying they, or like every other sentence, right? And so it's much more difficult and harder than you thought that it was. And so very few people are able to even put together a decent amount of content that can even keep people's attention, because you're really competing for people's eyes and attention, whether you add value, whether you're entertaining, the whole 9 yards, right? And so even if somebody get hot, or they catch a wave, or somebody give them a stamp of approval and whatever, they can't keep that wave. They don't even know how to maintain themselves. Listen, you can get hot today and be dead in the water tomorrow, and nobody care, or nobody is checking for you. There's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of channels out there that ain't nobody checking for, that got a decent following. Some don't have a following. Some people did YouTube for 6 months and then they gave it up. It's incredibly hard, because now not only are you competing with people like me that don't sleep, you also competing with former athletes, people that's broke, that used to be on the NFL team or an NBA team, and now they trying to start a podcast. People that was on ESPN and Fox Sports, now they trying to break out on their own to create their own brand. You compete with Instagram models. You're competing with the world in order to be at the top of the heap. And so when people tell you that content creation is easy, I dare you. I dare you to try it and see how much you can compete. Some people even get a little bit of a wave. They get monetized. They get their little 1,000 subscribers, 1,500 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers. It was way harder back when I first started. But now they get their little wave, and then they plateau, and they hit a ceiling. They don't know what the fuck to do. Because it's having a bunch of panels where a bunch of people can come up, which we pioneered that, right? And it ain't causing for the growth. You ain't making the money that you thought that you was going to make. You made your little $66. You're trying to hit your $100 threshold so you can get your payout. And then eventually you give up. And it's the same thing with every other thing in life, right? Whether you high up in corporate America, it's the higher up you go, the smaller the amount of jobs that's available. So you have to learn how to brand yourself differently, right? When you're talking about you used to be a college athlete, you might have even been a D1 athlete, right? But you're never going to make it to the NBA, because those are the top players in the world. You have to be, listen, As good as Kobe was, as good as Jordan was, what made them exceptional was the fact that they stayed in the gym, right? We watching this play out with Zion right now. He's gifted as an athlete, but he's absolutely fumbling it, fumbling everything. And so not only do you have to be the top of your field, right? Not only do you have to be great, but you got to continue to put in the work. And here's the thing that people really didn't pay attention to when they looking at my YouTube journey. And that's why I leave every single video up. It's something that me and Kevin Samuels discussed regularly. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to be reading that shortly. It's something that Kevin Samuels and I discuss regularly. My audience grows with me. I've never allowed people to put me into a box, but more importantly, if you pay attention to my journey, I've consistently and constantly take my people with me, and then I show them the growth, the journey, and then the reinvention of myself as I continue to evolve and I learn more and I become more successful, or I get more insight and information, or my life takes a pivot and a change and I move into this industry, or I open up this type of business. Now I'm in a whole nother lane and I'm in a whole nother space. So when you see, for example, what's happening on Thursday night, you seeing people that's struggling with the idea that nobody wants to check for the same thing that they thought that they liked you for because it's a better product over here on the Anton Daniels channel. You are constantly competing every day and every night. When I say I don't sleep, when I'm on a plane, I'm working. By the time that I'm landing, I'm already uploading stuff because I'm in a Delta Sky Club. When you see me on my phone all the time, right? You have to compete with somebody that does not care about your feelings, and the only thing I care about is winning on every single level, right? I've never been concerned about hoes. You know why? Because hoes are the ones that take the bag from me. I'm never going to give her no money. I'm never going to be in a position where she can finesse me because I'm so busy on building. I've been too busy to get finessed. I've been too busy to fumble the bag. I've been too busy to make sure that you're doing something that can overtake me or whatever. Listen, if you're going to beat me, and I'm using me as an example, but I'm allowing for you to put yourself in these shoes to understand that it's not going to be as easy as you thought it was going to be. It is very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult for you to be successful in any field. And I'm just using content creation or corporate America or starting your business as an example. If you go out and you start a restaurant, for example, right? You think that the other restaurants is rooting for you in the area? They're rooting for you to bring in people so that they can then take your customers. That's what capitalism is. That's what life is. It's a competition. That's why I love this country, because the more that we lean into our roots in conquering and the less that we lean into these social programs and handouts, the more you're going to start to see the difference between the real and the fake. You're going to see the difference between those that could compete and couldn't. What you're witnessing on content creation right now, when I'm illustrating it on a Thursday night show that I just did last night, what you witnessed last night is the difference between the haves and the have-nots, the creators and the bandwagoners. Now I hear people saying stuff like, well, I'm not trying to compete with Anton. I'm trying to be in a whole nother lane, a whole nother space. Oh, good for you. I'm glad that you waving a white flag. I'm glad that you're trying to pivot. I'm glad that you're trying to move in a different direction. But I'm not. I don't care what you're doing. I want everything and everybody and all the money and all of the accolades and everything that comes along with it. I want you to be able to get the scraps off the table when I'm done. When I'm done eating and I'm full, that's it. Whatever I don't eat, you can have. But I don't care. I'm coming for everything. You can try to move around me. You can try to walk by me. But for me, it's a one-way street with no sidewalks, all gas, no brakes. And that's the mentality that you got to have when you're a business person, when you're a content creator, when you're a monster, when you're a man. As a man, that is the way that we're supposed to think. That's it. I can respect you, but I want your land. Genghis Khan, Xerxes. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to fend me off. You're just going to have to fight me off. But eventually I'm coming through that door. Or compete and beat me. And if I just lose, then I just lose. But my point is, and my mindset is that you always have to be continuously on the grind and working. If you think that you can't be visible, if you think that you're just gonna be able to passively let your stuff run and that's the end of the conversation, good luck. Good luck. Because I'm here, I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm pushing, and I don't care what people say. I don't care how they feel about me. What I'm telling you is that life is about a competition. And there is nobody that's trying to give you anything. Everything you're going to have to get, you're going to have to earn it. Don't have any expectations for what people want from you. The goal is to win at the highest level. And the reason that we had got to the places that we had got to is because I am going to relentlessly push. And you seeing the difference right now. Winners win and losers lose. And then everybody else just float along until the winner come back and take everything that the winner had. That the other person that y'all perceive was the winner. It just is what it is. It's just a competition. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Deal with that shit. Some people get the girl, some people jack off at home. Some people get the car, and then other people have to catch the bus. Some people gonna live in a high rise, and somebody gotta live in the slums. Some people just gonna have to deal with the consequences of whatever it is that somebody else is exerting over them. That's just the way that God made it. It rains on the just and the unjust. It is what it is. Whatever you get in this lifetime, you're gonna have to earn it. You're gonna have to own it. And for me, I deserve everything that I get, good and bad. Good or bad, I deserve everything that I get. And that's the mentality that you got. I don't look at a Stephen A. Smith now starting his own show off of ESPN and saying, oh man, that's good for him. I look at him and saying, okay, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to pivot into the same spaces that Tucker Carlson is in. He trying to then encroach on what's going on because he don't necessarily see ESPN and what it is that he's doing over there on First Take, because he may stay over there, but he's doing the same thing he paying attention to Shannon Sharp. This is the mindset of people that compete. Give Stephen A. all the credit in the world, because Stephen A. ain't just paying attention to what's going on the networks. Stephen A. is looking at what Roland Martin is doing. He's looking at what Shannon Sharp is doing, and he's making adjustments. Stephen A. is appearing on Cameron and Mace's It Is What It Is show. Now, that should show you that this dude is not living in a silo. He understands the competition, and he's adjusting accordingly. Cameron and Mace is coming for whatever it is that First Take and all of them had. You think that they just sitting on their laurels? You think that they resting? You think that the competition is not paying attention to what Cameron and Mace is doing? I'm paying attention to them. Everybody is paying attention to them. You think that they not looking at, you think that ESPN is not looking at Cameron and Mace and saying, oh shit, oh man, we got to make some adjustments. They absolutely are. You think that they not looking at what Shannon Sharp is doing and said, man, we got to figure out what the fuck is going on. You think that Mark Zuckerberg ain't looking at what Apple just dropped with the Vision Pro and he not worried and shaking in his boots with his Quest 3? You think that Apple not paying attention to what Mark Zuckerberg is doing over there? You think that Samsung ain't looking at Sony? You think that Samsung ain't also looking at Apple while they doing business with Apple on their screens and then they starting to get into the chip industry? You think that Nvidia ain't looking at what Samsung is doing as far as them getting into the chip industry? You think that Sony ain't paying attention to what Samsung is doing with their screens? You think that Sony ain't worried about what the Vision Pro is going to do to what it is that they putting together with their screens, with all of the TVs that they sell and the other manufacturers that they do business with? You think that the competition ain't worried about the competition? Y'all so busy looking at us and saying, yo, let them breathe. Why should I let anybody breathe? Ain't nobody letting nobody breathe. Anything you get in this world, you're going to have to go and get that shit. Ain't nobody letting nobody breathe. They play nice. They sing and they shake hands and they sing kumbaya with each other so that they can do business with each other. But every day they got people on the payroll. Every night they working and they watching and they trying to figure out where their niche is and how it is that they can take more market share. Do you think that Apple is friends with these people? They literally recruit people from each company that's better at what it is that they do in order to have people in there. You think that Ford ain't paying attention to Tesla while they're also doing an agreement, a handshake agreement to have Ford vehicles be able to use Tesla superchargers? Do you think that Ford don't want to take Tesla's market share in the electric vehicle space? Do you think that Tesla ain't trying to take over what's going over with BMW? Do you think Porsche ain't scared of what Tesla is doing, and that's why they're trying to pivot and have all of their vehicles turn into EVs? You think Lamborghini ain't paying attention to what Rolls-Royce is doing and what Bugatti and the new Chiron and all of this other shit? Man, they are on the move. Ferrari has never built an SUV. Ferrari is building an SUV. I have the same mentality as them. I don't believe in this handshake kumbaya shit that we got going on and staying on code. I don't believe in that, oh, it's space for everybody. I might say that shit on an optics level, but deep down within myself, I'm like, I want everything. I want everything. Life is a competition. Life is a competition. And the minute that you realize that is the minute that you'll break out of your bubble, and then you'll either advance or you just gonna get a job working for the winners, or get a job working for the people that's actually winning. Because everybody not built for this. Don't ask me to have mercy on nobody. The answer is no, because nobody has mercy on me. Nobody has mercy on me. Let me tell you how little mercy people have on me. Let me tell you how much of a chess player I am. When I was with them other guys, them other guys was with other guys having conversations about me and feeling comfortable hanging out with other guys that didn't even like me and wanted to take everything that I got. Man, y'all don't know the half of this shit. I've been professional. I keep it professional. I stay on top of my game. I don't let nothing fuck up the bag. But let me tell you something. Other guys was hanging with other guys that didn't even fuck with me and didn't even know that I knew what was going on. But I played it cool for a long time, for years. I play it cool because I ain't tripping off that shit. But don't think that I ain't paying attention. Everything that you see and you say that Anton is the big bad guy, no, Anton is the person that reacts to things. I make adjustments accordingly. And then when I finally put my hammer down like Thor, everybody gonna say that I'm a mean guy. Say what the fuck you want. I am a monster because I don't let anything get in my way. Nothing and no one will stop me from what it is that I'm supposed to have. It was ordained by God. You just temporarily in the way, my niggas. Let's get into the show. Let me read some super chats and then we're going to get it started. This is going to be one of them Fire Fridays. Y'all feel free to be able to come up on the panel when I drop the link in the description later on. Everybody in the friend. I'm used. I have always, let me tell you something, man. From day one, I've always been, to most people, I've always been a tool. Let me just cook for a second. From day one, no matter what I did or how I help people or what I use my platform for or whatever, I ain't never been nothing but a business opportunity for people. And so you expect me to be the bigger person? I am a business opportunity. When people see me sometimes, they ain't fucking with me. They fucking with the opportunity that come along with aligning themselves with me. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Boy, don't let me get started. Let me go ahead and read these super chats. One Guapolo says, Anton, just want to say much love, bro. You are the truth. Real blessings, homie. I still ain't cut my hair, but I'm getting to the bag for sure. Oh, Jesus. Come on, big dog. You got to cut that hair, big dog. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me, big dog. Thank you for the 20 ball. I'm rocking with you, bro. Let's continue. Bam Bam Lynch says it's harder to stomach the thought of staying broke. Tell me about it. Thank you for the 2 ball. Ian says, can we finish the culture? I got you, Ian. I'm gonna set that up for you. The Service USA says, good morning, family. Keep the likes above 50%. Hey, yo, get the likes up. What the fuck is going on? I see you, Service USA holding me down. Old Country Boy says, Thursday? We only watch to see you troll and cook. B Love says, is Thursday night more or a personal vendetta with that platform? It ain't personal. It ain't personal because I would never reveal somebody else's personal life or business. It ain't got nothing to do with personal. It's personally about the money. It's personally about the eyeballs. It's personally about the watch time. It's personally about the competition. Why not just allow that platform to be instead of taking it all? Greedy self. B, you don't know me. You gonna get to know me though. You gonna get to know me, B Love. I love you, B Love. Ronnie Robinson says, good morning, Anton. Hope all is well with you and your family. To be honest, you were the reason why people tuned in to watch the other channel. Now they're struggling. Let's say struggle streaming specifically. Jaquel says, greetings and blessings. May the Lord continue to bless you and the Daniels and the bag chasers. Stay focused. Put the medicine in the candy, my brother. Thank you, Jaquel. I appreciate you. B Love says, Anton, disregard my other chat. I understand now. See? They don't, man, people don't love me. Y'all think that this fake love out here, the only people that love me is my bag chasers. I'm going to just be real with y'all. The only people that love me is my bag chasers. That's why I say y'all my family. They don't love me. Some of these people came up, they got their little visibility, and then they went on and do whatever it is that they're going to do. They don't love me. And here's the worst part. And then they went off and started talking shit about you behind the scenes and on camera to other people. I get it. But it's cool because I understand the industry that I'm in. Death Before Dishonor. Shout out to Cliff Williams, my dude. Executive Suite MLE says, if a nickel bag gets sold in a part, I want in. Let's get it. Chase these bags and catch them. If they can't take the heat, then go back to dollar. Facts. And I live my life like an open book, and so that's what it is. All right, so let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. Let's get into the show. And I may show you exactly what the nature is of people. We got a lot on the docket, so make sure that y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Let me make sure that we don't have any more. Yo, shout out to Brian Horsley with the 100 ball on Cash App. Brian Horsley says, appreciate you, your wisdom, and the daily inspiration. Ed Hill sent the 5 ball, says, good show last night, dog. T-Mac7709 sent the 10 ball. Shout out to you. Brian Horsley with the 100 ball. Brian, you my guy. I'm going to have to create a special animation for the Cash Appers and the people that the big ballers out here in these streets. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. All right, so first and foremost, again, make sure you get your Tiege Henley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Also, make sure that you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'm dropping a video this weekend. But let's get into the show. So Mark Zuckerberg recently went on Alex Friedman's podcast and gave a reaction to the Apple Vision Pro. Now, if you guys tuned in earlier this week or you were familiar with the presentation that Apple put together and all of the different products that they dropped, Apple recently dropped a headset that they are coming out with early next year. That's going to cost about $3,500. I reacted to it. I also gave you my insights as to what it is that you guys need to look at as far as what's going to be disrupted within the industry. But also on top of that, what you didn't know if you're not paying attention, and I pay attention to all this stuff, Mark Zuckerberg actually had dropped the Quest 3 and details about the Quest 3. I have the Quest 2, but he dropped the details about the Quest 3 and what his vision was for augmented reality and virtual reality, and continuing to trudge forward as far as believing that people are at some point going to largely leave their computers alone and stuff like that. But he jumped on Alex Friedman's podcast to give his thoughts on the Vision Pro. And I want to share that with you guys before we get into Gilbert Arenas, before we get into Mary J. Blige, and before I open up the chat for you guys to be able to cam up and ask whatever question you want to ask. So make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on your notifications. Let's go ahead and get into this video and then react to what it is that he has to say.
I have to ask, Apple just announced a mixed reality headset called Vision Pro for $3,500, available in early 2024. What do you think about this headset?
Well, I saw the materials when they launched. I haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet, so kind of take everything with a grain of salt. But a few high level thoughts. I mean, first, I do think that this is a certain level of validation for the category, right? Where when we were the primary folks out there before saying, "Hey, I think that this." Virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, this is going to be a big part of the next computing platform. I think having Apple come in and share that vision will make a lot of people who are fans of their products really consider that.
So the first thing that he's saying is, listen, I haven't got a chance to play with it, and I'm gonna break it down. You know me, I'm breaking it down from a C student's perspective. Shout out to my dog Ash. I see you just pulled up in the chat. The first thing that he's saying is, listen, this is actually a good thing for us. This is a good thing for us. Now take it to mean whatever it is that you want it to mean, but this is the context of why he's saying it's good for us. He said it's good for us because for us to be the only player in the space is not good. Because we can't reach the entire demographic or audience that would then embrace this on a worldwide scale, on a larger scale. So in order for this thing to be embraced, and in order for developers to then develop applications that go along with it, in order for the general population to start adopting it, we need other players to actually justify the space in this world in which we're already a part of, that Apple is now joining, right? And so he's saying that with the adoption on a larger scale, not only will they benefit, but we'll benefit also, because people will be looking for products not just from them, but also across the board. So if you are a player in this space, then it actually validates it when Apple decides to jump into it, because now everybody has to participate in it. Now, whether or not he can participate and he can really become the competition for Apple, in which they can benefit financially across the board, and we can get into all of the ways in which they can benefit financially, remains to be seen. But he's saying that this is a good thing because it actually gives validation of what we've been doing for a long time. Shout out to Bam Bam Lynch. Definitely going to be reading that super chat throughout the show. Let's continue, y'all.
And then, of course, the $3,500 price, on the one hand, I get it with all the stuff that they're trying to pack in there. On the other hand, a lot of people aren't going to find that to be affordable. So I think that there's a chance that them coming in actually increases demand for the overall space, and that Quest 3 is actually the primary beneficiary of that.
Because everybody is not going to have the ability to be able to spend $3,500 on Apple's Vision Pro. He's 100% correct about that. And I don't know what Apple's long-term strategy. We can all guess. We can all assume that just like they did with the Apple Watch, in which this is an Apple Watch Ultra, but then if you got the Apple Watch SE, and then you just got the Apple Watch and all of this other type of stuff, and just like they did with the cell phones, in which you can go and get a MacBook Pro 16-inch, you can get a MacBook Air, you can get all of the different versions of it, which is the lower tiers after they've released the higher tiers. The same thing that they did with their computers, the same thing that they did with the iPads, in which you can get the iPad Pro, you can get the iPad Air, you can get the iPad Mini, right? All across the board, what Apple has done is create a halo product that is the best of its class, and then ultimately they start to scale down to where they make it available to everybody. But based off of what's being presented right now, what they're saying is at $3,500, everybody can participate. Everybody can play in this space. So that creates even more opportunity for us, because people that want to embrace this next level of computing and gaming and experiences, then we can also fill that niche. We can also fill that void. But again, we don't know what Apple has planned long term. But he's absolutely right in that, and that the overall adoption of the product within the space actually benefits them if they're already a player, or they're already looking to be a player in that space.
Because a lot of the people who might say, "Hey, this, I'm going to give another consideration to this," or now I understand maybe what mixed reality is more, and Quest 3 is the best one on the market that I can afford. And it's great also, right? I think that's, and in our own way, I think we're and there are a lot of features that we have where we're leading on. So I think that I think is going to be that could be quite good. And then obviously over time, the companies are just focused on somewhat different things, right? Apple has always, I think focused on building really kind of high-end things, whereas our focus has been on we have a more democratic ethos. We want to build things that are accessible to a wider number of people.
And the reason why he's saying this, and he's absolutely correct, the reason why he's saying that their ethos or the target demographic of how it is that they put out their products is much different is because the way in which they make their money is much different. See, Apple doesn't have a social media platform. Apple is the ecosystem by which social media platforms exist. They want to sell products. They want you to become a part of their ecosystem in which, if you have the Apple iPhone, then you would also want to have the watch, which is incredibly compatible. If I have the iPhone, usually I'm recording video on my iPhone, but then I just airdrop it over into my Apple MacBook Pro in order to be able to quickly edit it. And plus I have cloud because, I have Apple's iCloud, which allows for me to be able to back this up, but also ports over into this particular device, depending on what it is that I do, right? And then on top of that, right, you got the App Store, you got Apple Fitness Plus, you got Apple Care, so on and so forth. So the target demographic of customers based off of who they're selling their products to is what he's saying is completely different, right? Because they want to create the App Store. They want to be a part of the ecosystem. They also want you to adopt specific products. But what Meta is doing is that they want you to be a part of their universe, right? And that they want to be able to sell advertising based off of you participating in this particular sphere that allows for you to be able to interact with your friends more effectively, whether that be Instagram, whether that be WhatsApp, whether that be Facebook, so on and so forth. So they are two technology companies that also are interdependent on each other in order to be successful, but not enough to where it actually infringes completely on each other's customers. Whereas Google kind of plays in both spaces, right? Let's continue.
We've sold tens of millions of Quest devices. My understanding, just based on rumors, I don't have any special knowledge on this, is that Apple is building about 1 million of their device, right? So just in terms of like what you kind of expect in terms of sales numbers, I just think that this is, Quest is going to be the primary thing that people in the market will continue using for the foreseeable future. And then obviously over the long term, it's up to the companies to see how well we each executed the different things that we're doing. But we kind of come at it from different places. We're very focused on social interaction, communication, being more active, right? So there's fitness, there's gaming, there are those things. Whereas I think a lot of the use cases that you saw in Apple's launch material were more around, people sitting, people looking at screens, which are great. I think that you will replace your laptop over time with a headset. But I think in terms of kind of how the different use cases that the companies are going after, they're a bit different for where we are right now.
Yeah, so their gaming wasn't a big part of the presentation, which is interesting. It feels like mixed reality gaming such a big part of that. It was interesting to see it missing in the presentation.
Well, look, there are certain design trade-offs in this where, I think they made this point about not wanting to have controllers, which on the one hand, there's a certain elegance about just being able to navigate the system with eye gaze and hand tracking. And by the way, you'll be able to just navigate Quest with your hands too, if that's what you want.
Listen, my prediction is that Quest eventually will do away with the controllers. I have Quest. My daughter have a Quest. We got the latest version of Quest, and I guarantee you that they're going to eventually do away with controllers once we see the only difference, right? And the only drawback that I see from Apple as far as not having controllers is that you have no haptic feedback. You have no actual thing that you press in to confirm or so on and so forth. But what Apple likes to do is they like to train you in the way that you should use their products, which then create the expectation of how it is that you interact with other products. It's a phenomenal way in which they train people to do things. The swipe ups, swipe downs, the expectation of how it is that you use a specific device, being able to easily airdrop certain things, right? How it is that you look at it in landscape versus looking at it in portrait mode. So I guarantee you, and that's why he's setting the expectation now, that eventually the Quest and other headsets or whatever players jump into the space will eventually get rid of the controllers also.
Yeah, one of the things I should mention is that the capability from the cameras to with computer vision to detect certain aspects of the hand, allowing you to have a controller that doesn't have that ring thing.
Yeah, like, the hand tracking in Quest 3 and the controller
really nice.
tracking is a big step up from the last generation. And one of the demos that we have is basically an MR experience teaching you how to play piano, where it basically highlights the notes that you need to play, and it's like it's hands, it's no controllers. Mm-hmm. But I think if you care about gaming, having a control.
There's somebody in the chat that's really looking to get my attention, right? And he's saying, yeah, most of these YouTubers, they just give basic knowledge, especially with regard to their courses and all of this other type of stuff. Let me be clear. I don't sell a course. I give real life experience based off of what it is that I've done in real life, right? There is no basic information. It's real life hacks. And the way that I substantiate that is not only do I show people, I also allow for them to be able to come up on my webinars to ask me questions. And then I show them. I show them my back end. I show them how much money I make. And then I substantiate how I'm able to exercise these things, such as the additional monetization in which other YouTubers are not able to do, by also giving them the game and giving them real insight and information into how to do it. So to come in and then to have an assumption without actually having an experience is completely false. And that don't even just apply to content. It applies to what it is that I do from a real estate perspective. It applies what I do as far as how it is that I store my money and how I invest my money, what my brokerage accounts look like, how it is that you need to be leveling up in corporate America, and how you can leverage certain things and marketing tools in order to do that, how to also market yourself effectively, bringing professionals in to answer the questions from people. So I am a holistic approach to how it is that you're supposed to live your life. Please don't compare me, and please don't come in assuming and then grilling my people based off of what you think you know. If you don't know, then just stay not knowing and pay attention and enjoy the entertainment aspect of it. But the other side of it, and this is just me being nice, the other side of it is they understand the inherent value of what it is that they get, as well as me investing in their businesses and giving them seed money in order to illustrate and exercise the things that I'm teaching them inside of our bag chasers, all right? And that ain't even including me meeting them in person and kicking it with them. So you're going to have to stay in your lane, big dog. We different over here. It's a whole nother wave in which we've created a group and a network of people that's going in a specific direction. Ain't nothing basic about what the fuck we do inside of our thing over here. All right. So keep it G, enjoy the show, and let's continue with what Mr. Zuckerberg is talking about right here. All right.
Controller allows you to have a more tactile feel and allows you to capture fine motor movement much more precisely than what you can do with hands without something that you're touching. So again, I think there are certain questions which are just around what use cases are you optimizing for. I think if you want to play games, then I think then I think you want to design the system in a different way, and we're more focused on kind of social experiences, entertainment experiences. Whereas if what you want is to make sure that the text that you read on a screen is as crisp as possible, then you need to make the design and cost trade-offs that they made that lead you to making a $3,500 device. So I think that there is a use case for that for sure, but I just think that the companies we've basically made different design trade-offs to get to the use cases that we're trying to serve.
There's a lot of other stuff I would love to talk to you about the metaverse, especially the Kodak avatar, which I've gotten to experience a lot of different variations of recently that I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about that too.
I'll have to wait a little bit because, well, I think there's a lot more to show off in that regard.
I think that similar to what I illustrated earlier, I think that Mark Zuckerberg and these people really don't sleep. I honestly don't believe that they sleep well. I don't think that Elon Musk sleeps well. I don't think that Tim Cook sleeps well. I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg sleeps well. I don't think that any of these CEOs or directors or executive vice presidents or anybody, the chief technology officers, I don't think that any of these people are sleeping well at night. And it's impossible for them to be able to sleep well at night because you're constantly in a race with another technology company that is looking to take market share from you and encroach on what it is that you have going on inside of your company. And so I think he sees this as both an opportunity, but he also understands the impact that this can have on Meta specifically, especially with all of the billions of dollars that they're burning on trying to build out their own ecosystem in metaverse, and then getting this quest out to the people. Let me also say this: most times, let me get the disruption out. We're not even gonna deal with it. Most times, what you start to see is a lot of these companies don't necessarily make money off the headsets themselves. Apple, I think, is going to make money off the headsets, but it's really just going to be a recoup because they've been developing this product for years. Okay, Apple is not going to make money off the headsets. But the problem with it is they're using it as a loss leader in order to get you immersed into the ecosystem. So what they'll do is that they'll put the product out for you for cost or less than cost in order to get you to adopt the technology so that you can then become immersed in what it is that they got going on from an ecosystem perspective. It's largely why you've never had to pay for an application as far as social media, because if they can give you the application for free, they can figure out how to monetize it on the back end. Apple is going to get their money on the front end. Meta is looking to get their money on the back end, and that can come in the form of advertisers, that can come in the form of sponsorships, that can come in the form of adoption, right? Because once you get adoption, then you can start to charge what it is that you want for people to be able to use the platform effectively or to get whatever it is product that's out to them, right? Product placement, so on and so forth. So it's two different strategies, but I'm interested to see how it plays out. I have my money, full disclosure, invested in both companies. I am invested in Meta heavily, and I am more invested in Apple. Obviously, I'm always going to be invested in Apple. And so I think that it's a very interesting time in which we live in. Let me read some of the super chats, and then we're going to move on over into something a little bit more interesting for the people. Let's do that. Let's also do that. I don't like that. All right, so let me read some of these super chats, and then we're going to get started with the rest of the show. Bam Bam Lynch says, most people will only love what you can do for them. No exceptions equal no disappointment. People always show who they are. We choose to think we can change. I think that is a really great point. Thank you for the super chat. Carrie says, hey, Anton, what streaming platform are you using? Carrie, I am putting together a whole masterclass on how to utilize this particular streaming platform. Actually, I'll DM you on Instagram, and I'll give you a little bit more insight. But I am putting together an entire video / couple different videos that I'm going to drop inside the Patreon to tell y'all why it is that I choose the streaming platforms that I choose and how I use it hopefully a little bit more effectively. Because I use different platforms for different things depending on what it is that we're trying to do. So I'll give you that game. Shout out to Carrie. Christopher J says, I'm sensing some hate bitterness from Zuckerberg. I don't think it's hate bitterness. I think it's just competition. I think it's competition. Real talk. Shout out to PT with the 2-ball. I appreciate you. Ray Sean says, is Zuckerberg dirty macking to the audience for the quest over Apple? Yes, absolutely. And he's supposed to. So why wouldn't he? All right. So shout out to you. Let's get into the next thing. Thank you to everybody that support the platform with the super chats. Again, I'm going to be dropping a link in the description a little bit later on in the show for you guys to be able to cam up and say whatever it is that you want to say. So if you're feeling some type of way about it, you don't have to worry about going back and forth with the people in the chat. You can go back and forth with me in person. Just cam up. We're going to have a conversation, and I'm going to drop the link in there. Stick around. It's going to be pretty funny. Gilbert Arenas, before we get into the Mary J. Blige thing, Gilbert Arenas had some thoughts on Zion Williamson, and I thought that they were pretty interesting. So I want to go ahead and review that with you guys and go over it. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's continue.
To be honest, I gotta applaud him. No, seriously, he has. What?
What are you applauding
Keep
him
the
for?
goddamn side chicks in check, nigga. No.
What are you applauding him for?
Listen, he keeps us in check.
He hasn't done nothing wrong.
All right, we have John Morant, right?
Now, first and foremost, somebody said he hasn't done anything wrong. I went over this yesterday in which Shaq broke down on the big podcast of how you need to move a little bit differently, not based off of whether or not you did something illegal, but also whether or not you're actually representing the NBA and its interests as a face of the league. Now, he was speaking specifically about John Morant, but this does not make Zion Williamson look good. And how much money is he possibly fumbling? Not as it relates to he doing anything bad to where he can get suspended like a John Morant, but what about shoe deals? What about endorsements? What about your image? What about your long-term brand in which you'll be able to leverage that in order to make way more money and do way more business, more than just making whatever it is that you're making on a basketball court? We look at that $200 million and we say, oh man, he's scheduled to get $200 million over the next 5 years. Man, these dudes be going broke. They live a lifestyle. First of all, half of that is going to the federal government because they truly don't even understand how money work. These is young 20-something, 23-year-olds. He probably going to be paying an egregious amount of money in child support. And then he messing with these different chicks. Who knows how much money they probably paying them and they lifestyle or to keep them chicks quiet and stuff like that. So y'all got to be careful, man. But let me go ahead and play the video.
No, he ain't did. I didn't say
Hold on, no.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Who is in the strip club paying $50,000. Zion has in-house entertainment from his girl. You can't get no better than that. Right? He at home watching TV. He like, babe, come on, girl. Come on, babe. He has entertainment in the crib from his boo.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, he can just pick it up. All right, babe, put it there. He ain't gotta go to the strip club. He just
right there.
Just throw it on the baby right there.
Make it clap.
Oh my! Why didn't I think of that?
Make it clap.
I'm sending my goofy ass.
I need them dollars. I'm in love with a stripper.
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars?
In-home
You
stripper.
got to keep one or two.
Oh my!
Come on, Gil.
He's protected by the elements of his youth.
You don't have to go out no more.
Don't.
He's wrong. He's absolutely wrong again. And what he's really doing is out here on social media fumbling the bag by making these chicks not sign a non-disclosure agreement, messing with a bunch of strippers and getting chicks pregnant that he shouldn't even be in a relationship with in the first. He getting chicks that already have kids pregnant. That's going to cost you way more than $50,000, big dog. It's going to cost you way more than $50,000 to be out here messing with these chicks for the streets. I'm not really sure what they seeing and paying attention to, but maybe they not just in tune with what's really happening. It's going to cost Zion Williamson way more than $50,000 to be entertaining these chicks that's for the streets. I don't know what the hell Gilbert Arenas is on.
You have to go out.
What do you
I don't know, all the NBA players laughing at the man. When you go to the strip club spending hundreds of thousands and he has it all.
I got me.
Well, you know you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars by going to the strip club, and you can choose not to be getting baby mamas pregnant out of wedlock for the streets that we all can also see. Another chick is exposing that we all can go and watch on any of the most recent free sites and see what it is that she do for a living. You know, two things can be true at once. You don't have to fumble the bag on either one of those levels. I don't know these NBA players are like, they are like big children. Even as adults, like even past their 20s and into their 30s, they don't learn a lesson. Oh my God, these dudes are like children. What is wrong with these guys? This is why the NBA symposium don't work when they giving advice, because these dudes is giving bad advice. Right here. He's giving you real bad advice right here.
Me one.
In the crib, just watching. As soon as you get bored. Hey, babe.
Come here.
Everybody shaking for daddy right quick. Come on, man. Why didn't I think of that? Hey, ladies, listen, if y'all stripping,
I'm sick of him.
right? Y'all see I got ones on deck. Come on to the crib. I don't gotta leave the house. I'm trying to make everything. You ain't gonna
No discrimination.
The only problem is he just had another side chick.
No discrimination.
Listen, he had another girl that was what, a porn star?
Yeah.
Actress.
One's a
No,
stripper.
that's a porn star. She's a star.
Adult actress.
No, actress is like that fake stuff. She's like
Sex worker.
No. Listen. There's levels to everything, right? Right? You got
This should be called the simp segment of the podcast right here.
amateurs, and then you got stars, right? The one who complains, she's technically like the LeBron James of the industry, right? So he's working with the good stuff, right? This ain't no amateur stuff, right?
Jesus. I feel like I'm losing brain cells right now. This is why these dudes all deal with the same chicks and pass them around. Because they put value on, dog, I just figured it out. People like this in the industry, operating and moving the way that they move, they inherently put more value on women the more bodies that they have and the more visible that they've done things that other women should not be doing on camera. They are putting more value in women than they're supposed to because they actually look at that as a badge of honor. He's celebrating it. Jesus Christ.
Top tier. So I can see why she's offended. She's looking at her, hey, I'm a star. In my world, I am here.
Top
and
tier.
you over here messing with these raggedy ass strippers, huh? I can see how she gets offended. You got to understand the levels of the ladies you're messing with.
My God.
I think
That's a fact.
it was
Right?
one of the tweets she said she was trying to make him a king like LeBron James. So I
Fuck
could
her
admire
feelings, man.
But I could admire trying to, elevate Zion to that next, that go-tier level.
Listen, we can say
Are these dudes crazy? Are they trolling with a straight face on? Ain't nobody in the room actually got no good sense. Wait a minute. You telling me nobody in the room that's a part of this podcast got good sense? Everybody just... Nobody got good sense? Nobody get it? Nobody understand what the problem is? Nobody understands that you probably need to not... Ain't nobody call LeBron James and get the blueprint from LeBron? Ain't nobody talk to Derek Jeter, tried to figure out how Derek Jeter was able to get away and not get caught up in no nonsense? Everybody in there a fool?
we can laugh at the professions, but listen, she is a queen in the world she was in, so she understands professionalism, right? She understands professionalism, and you can see what she gets offended by.
Yeah, a chick that actually goes online and tweets up a storm about how it is that you... Yeah, she's professional. She's a professional.
You are endangering me with what you're dealing with.
No, it ain't, because it's
Is that
private.
unprofessional?
What we do is private.
In her world, she has to be tested.
Yes,
Everything has
she
to.
does.
No. What I'm saying is knowing about her. Bitch, shut up.
Is these dudes really justifying the behavior of a OF chick that's for the streets? What is wrong with these guys? Yo, I see how they ex-wives and all of them finesse these dudes out of millions and millions of dollars and child support and all of this. I could see it. I see how these dudes got finessed. These are athletes, could quite possibly be the biggest finesse and come up for these chicks.
Sit down.
No.
Ain't nobody know nothing about me and you until you just open your mouth. Because you jealous.
No, that's facts.
Shut your ass up. Sit the fuck down. Bitch, you fucking up my bag.
No.
You don't get paid this month.
No.
Jesus, these dudes is simps. Now you don't get paid this month? That's how y'all controlling your hoes? That's how y'all control y'all side chicks? Now you don't get paid this month? Y'all dudes are spending, setting these chicks up, pay for their apartments, pay for their cars, giving them a lifestyle? Oh my God. Let me go and get another, I'm about to go and get another former NBA player and bring him on the podcast because I need to see what's going on out in these streets. I'm asking the wrong questions. Somebody Instagram me a NBA player, a former NBA player that's out here broke or something like that I need to go and get on the podcast. Because this is crazy.
Now you don't get fucking paid this
No.
month. Now you keep fucking around, I'm gonna take the car back.
No. Yeah, you're right, but technically, that stripper done fucked up the bag.
He said, yeah, you're right.
She got
Because
pregnant?
there's one that's actually a professional. She understands really the elements. Like, I'm helping you with your diet, fat boy. I'm helping you with your diet. I got you eating right. I got you. Like, did you see the conversation they had?
Oh, yeah.
That's some, hey, Zion's pimping. Right here. Hey,
You ain't know, that's what I'm saying.
No, he said, hey, how much is going
Zion is pimping by... Maybe they don't understand what pimping is, pimping. Pimping is not giving out money. Pimping is collecting the money. Pimping is understanding that she a bottom chick and that she got to go out there and find the suckers. The dude that's sitting next to her telling her to, hey, make sure that you say this to Zion Williamson so he can send over the bag. That's the pimp. Zion is the John. What era these dudes grew up in? And who was their OGs? Zion is the John. He not the pimp. Yo, this remind me of these new age rappers. They all doing the drugs. They not selling the drugs. You know what I'm saying? These are some fools.
It cost me a month. Like, he calculated everything. And I know 100%, at this point, he has regretted his decision because I know
Don't point
the
at
porn star, I'm pointing past you.
Okay.
I didn't say she right here. Sativa, I pointed right here.
All right,
She
cool.
was a calculated fix.
Yes.
That came with responsibilities. What you gonna do for me? He already know all the nasty things she's doing.
Yep.
Oh, he was in heaven.
Yep.
Oh, it keeps him from them streets.
Absolutely.
Right? You can.
Y'all know they're going to do it for free. For those of y'all that really don't understand the game, let me tell you something. They going to do it for the clout. They going to do it for free. You ain't got to pay for it. Oh, my God.
Hey, all the stuff she said, I let you do all this. She's naming it, knowing it's normal for her, right? She's like,
It's called a prostitute. Just for those of you in the chat that don't understand, it's called prostitution.
like it's luxury.
Right.
I did
That's
do
why
some basic
she
research
mad.
for this segment.
She mad. Sit your ass
No,
down,
because
side bitch. You mad. You spilling the
You're
tea.
mad, but what I'm saying is
no
I'm
tea.
mad.
This is who you are.
I'm mad because you're going outside. This is not stable life.
Yes.
So now, because you did that, child support about to be skyrocketing now because she's gonna hit you for numbers.
100.
Me, I was a fixed income.
He's
I
in
was
the
about
South. He's
I
in
was
the
about
South.
$25,000 to $5,000
You're
a
right.
month.
He's in the South.
You right.
Right, but what I'm
He's in
saying
the
is
South.
I'm $5,000 a month, $2,500, $5,000 fixed income, gonna do all the nasty stuff for you. One day she's gonna be breaking your pockets for $30,000, $40,000.
100%.
I'm not giving you $2,500 a month. I'm not giving you $5,000 a month. I'm not giving you $10,000 a month. I'm not giving you $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Listen, if it's me, you're not even getting $5. You're not getting, for these randoms that everybody is already seeing and bust down for free, man, it's somebody in these hoes' lives. Oh my God. It's somebody in these chicks' lives that's getting it for free. And you paying for both of their lifestyle. You're not even getting a return on investment for that. Yo, I only invest in women that bring me bigger bags. Why would I invest in a woman just for sex? Oh, man, y'all are crazy, bro.
So
For 18 years.
You don't know. He might want to be with her.
fixed income
Cool.
versus variable
But when it's
rate.
over, huh?
So fixed income versus the variable rate, because that variable,
Listen.
depending on interest rates, can climb.
These dudes evaluate how it is that they live their life and child support payments. This is normal within our community. This is why I say black culture is trash. Let me say this again. This is why I say the culture is trash. They're doing their calculations based off of understanding child support payments or paying for a chick's lifestyle. Do white men do this? Yeah, they do. But not that white athletes. They don't talk about it. I know regular like business white men, and I don't know. This is wild. This is absolutely wild, bro.
He's in the South. He all right.
I remember some chicks was like, yeah, I just need $2,000 a month. The thought of $2,000 a month to have everything I wanted seemed ridiculous.
Yep.
What year was it?
Hindsight.
Give me that now.
Yeah,
About 20
hindsight.
that's what-
he's-
Give me that now.
But inflation, like
Girl,
even you throwing
Is that
dollars out.
$2,000 still on the table a month? Yes. Men, we mess up,
Jesus Christ.
right? We mess up.
What the fuck is Gilbert Arenas doing or talking about, man? Yo, I'm in the wrong business. Yo, pimpin', I'm in the wrong business, pimpin'. These chicks feel comfortable enough to ask these dudes for that type of money on a monthly basis? And they giving it up? Wow.
Up and you pick the same person that now we're older, we will pick too. Right? We're looking at the world. Like, listen. As men, we're valuing what other people are thinking about us.
Y'all gonna take advice from them or y'all gonna take advice from me? Just curious.
Versus who actually makes us actually happy.
Right.
And who actually has our best interest at heart.
Yes.
So if Zion is walking with the two, he's embarrassed for the porn star because of everybody knows who she is.
He should also be embarrassed by the idea that he getting a single baby mama pregnant too. Out of wedlock and making videos about it with the baby hairs in the front. Hey, somebody get these NBA players on the phone and tell them that they need coaching. Listen, I'm gonna give you a way bigger return on your investment. You can get all of that same stuff for half the price that you pay me on a monthly consultation. I'm gonna save you your money. I'm gonna get you a better experience, and I'm gonna keep you out of trouble. That's my pitch. For half the money that you wasting on these hoes, I'm going to make sure that I fix your life. I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to help you to understand things from a business and a financial perspective. And I'm going to give you the game on how you can get it for free and not have to worry about these hoes coming back and saying nothing. And I'm going to give you the proper paperwork to ensure that they can't say nothing and they can't even mention your name. They ain't feeling comfortable saying the same things that they saying about Zion. Hey, yo, I know it's some athletes that watch this because y'all be DMing me. Hit me up. I'm going to make sure that you're good. I promise you I'm going to make sure that you're good. We're going to set a budget for you, and we're going to make sure. Anton, a new consultation to the basketball players. Football players, basketball players. I'm in sports medicine. I'm in sports consultation. Sports consultation to the stars is no reason why y'all should be out here getting finessed by these hoes. I got you, big dog. I got you. New company starting soon.
Right? Even though that might be making us the happiest versus the one that no one knows, but she's not. Right? So when I talk to girls and they say, yeah, you know, I will make you a king. Wrong, you can't make me a king. Right? That's impossible.
It's not
it's
her
logically
job. It's not even
impossible.
her
You
job.
can't be a queen and make me a king because that's not actually.
For those of y'all in the chat saying y'all spending $2,000 a month, make sure y'all book a coaching session. Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. But the relationship stuff is going to be a different price than what it is we talking about life advice. This money that y'all spending and wasting, the price is going to be different. I'm just going to tell y'all that.
How kings are made. Kings are made, and I can make you a queen, right? That's literally how it goes. You're a nobody, and I can make you a queen in its respect. A queen can't make a king. He would just be the queen's husband, right? Logistically. So when it comes to
all of the athletes, I don't care what you do. Football, baseball, basketball. A lot of y'all be hitting me up in my DM saying, yo, fam, I love what you got going on. I watch your show every day and all this other type of shit. Hit me up. I never mention your name. We don't even have to say that you a client of mine if you don't want to. That's up to you. I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of, fam. Consultant to the stars. I got to get the company name together in a minute, but we going to get that together. Hit me up. I'm going to make sure you good, big dog, and you ain't never going to get in trouble again. You're going to get the biggest contracts of your life. They're going to look at you as a star. They're going to say, this guy never gets in trouble. He don't get involved with these chicks for the streets. I got you, fam. I guarantee my results.
to just as men, our goal should be who makes us the happiest. I don't care how many dudes you messed with. Are you making me happy? Genuinely
Wrong.
happy.
Doing things that
He's
I
wrong.
really
Like you can
need
have
value.
sex
Don't listen to Gilbert Arenas. Come kick it with Anton Daniels.
with 100 men, and then you pick me, and I'm the happiest man on earth. Versus you are a virgin, and you're making my life a living hell. And I got 4 degrees. How the fuck is those 4 degrees helping me smile at night?
Man, listen.
How many you had on the road?
On the road?
On the road.
Oh, I was him.
So we all had them on the road, and we move them around,
and we end up
bring
picking
them in,
and we end up picking the wrong one.
But we only pick the ones closest to us. We don't really import it in. We pick the one that's like, all right, you around the way.
One that's
so now he's saying that they should have been passport bros.
One that
the fucked up one.
Yeah, we end up picking the fucked up one because they quiet, they do this, and now you know.
He got him. You know what I'm saying?
You're sitting in child support court. You're sitting in child support court, $55,000. Wish I would have took the damn $2,000 a month. All right, so listen, ladies that love this. Like you don't need to cook. I don't need a cook. I don't need a cleaner.
What you need?
Shake that thing.
Shake it, girl.
All right.
This is an L. This is an absolute L. This is an L on the highest level of Eldom. This is an L on the highest level of Eldom. Listen, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, any of my people, you ain't even got to be an athlete. If you are a businessman, right? If you are successful in your own right and you need to be able to kick it with Anton from AntonDaniels.com, we're going to get a budget for you together. We're going to get your side chicks together. If you are a man that is married and you got side chicks, we're going to get your whole life together. We're going to fix everything. We're going to put it in perspective. Some of y'all are operating in the disaster zone because you don't truly understand what it is that you're getting yourself into. And I get it. I understand that it's things that you have to change that's going to allow for you to be a lot more successful. But trust me when I tell you that your friends don't have your best interest at heart. There's a lot of people that's hanging on to you. There's a lot of people that's mooching off to you and they see you as a come up. I'm the person that's going to be objectively honest with you in order to ensure that you become more successful. I got you. You're going to get better bags that you've never had in your life. You're going to keep more money in your pocket. I'm going to teach you how to move a little bit more strategically. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix everything. Make sure that you guys tap in. AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. We're going to get you set up. All right. Very bad advice from Gilbert Arenas. But let me read a couple of these super chats and then we're going to move on with the show. This is wild. Absolutely wild. Abba's Child says, good morning, Anton. I'm at drill right now. I did email you about my Uncle Big Mac from Detroit wanting to join your sports podcast. Be blessed. Thank you, Abba's Child. I will be looking at that email shortly. I appreciate you for the $5 also. Christopher says, don't impregnate the entertainment. Send that hoe home. You paying her to leave. Now you're paying her to stick around for 18 years. A lot longer than that, to be honest with you, Chris. Stanley Joseph says, make a quick million by getting a professional athlete to pay for your lifestyle. I'm guessing that's what you wanted to say. Probably messed that up. But yeah, man, come and hit me up, man. Come and hit me up. Hold on, wait. I want to make sure there ain't no trolls being hoes out here. All right, so we cool. D. Watson, this ain't Fight Club. If D. Watson is getting disrespectful to people in the chat, don't ban him. Time him out. Give him a little bit of time to think about what it is that he had to say. And let's keep it moving. Let me read one more super chat. Bang the Game says, Angry Man gave you props for how solid you are. He speaks highly of you. Bag Chasers in here. Shout out to my dog, Angry Man. We did a phenomenal show last night. He was absolutely awesome. We cooking up on Thursday nights. Me, Angry Man. We got a lot going on. But make sure that you guys hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Real recognize real. Shout out to my dog, Angry Man. In addition to that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. One more thing, and then I'm dropping it. I'm dropping a link in the description for you guys to be able to cam up and give me your thoughts. Mary J. Blige did a panel with Earn Your Leisure, the guys over there at Earn Your Leisure, and she spoke specifically about paying alimony and being in debt with the I, the aura, and the S. Let's tap in. Let's see what Mary J. Blige had to say, and then let's react to this, and then we're going to keep it moving. He was at like the 14-minute mark.
Have never let. I wanted people to see that that's possible, and that's why I'm creating that organic. And then when it comes.
All right, here we go.
You've talked about in the past where you had to go on tour to pay alimony.
The cameraman is a little bit shaky. The cameraman got shaky hands. Be careful, cameraman. Jesus Christ, he doing like this with the camera. Fuck.
Yeah.
To your ex-husband. I don't know if the number's correct. I saw it was like $30,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Correct us if we're wrong.
So, look.
30,000. Mary J. Blige had to pay 30 bands a month. I don't know if she's still paying it, but she was paying $30,000 a month in alimony to their ex-husband. I think that's justified. Before she even responds to it, I think it's justified. I'm going to tell you why in a minute, but let's continue.
Looking back on it in hindsight, what would you have done differently when you first got married?
You hear all of the women upset in the audience. Oh, 30,000 a month.
In terms of shielding your assets?
I would have never let a person have that much power over my money, my life, over anything ever again. So,
see, they only saying that because they was the breadwinners, right? But nobody ever had this conversation, or they never get pissed about it when it's a man going through it. They say, well, that's justified. How long was he with her? How long was she in his life? Didn't she participate in whatever, or so on and so forth? Well, what about her lifestyle and all of that? But when it comes to a man, now that y'all equal, now y'all feeling some type of way. No, this is the thing that you advocated against. You didn't want to update the family court laws. You wanted to advocate against it because you largely seen women as the damsel in distress. Now eat that shit. Listen, I don't care if you're Mary J. Blige or Mary J. Hodge that's over here on Brickell, that's in Overtown smoking on crack. If you are the breadwinner, then you should be able to do the same thing that men have been doing for the entirety of our existence. Send that check based off of his lifestyle. Send that check based off of his lifestyle. Don't start feeling sorry for yourself now.
I'm learning, I'm in control of my business. I'm in control of my life. And it's mandatory that I learn more about finance business, so I don't ever have to be robbed again by, maybe somebody you think you can trust, you know what I mean?
So do you think that it was more so just a lack of education, somebody playing on you not knowing things and then purposely?
Yes. It was a lack of education, and it also was just trusting people to help you when you don't know, and you hope that they're going to help you and not steal from you and lie to you. And
welcome to what men have been going through for the entirety of our existence. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now y'all gotta pay. See, shout out to all of the high value women. Ain't that what they call themselves now? The alpha women. The high value women that make more than they man. Listen, look, fellas, this is my advice for you. If your woman make more than you, especially if she makes significantly more than you, don't sign a prenup. Don't even mention a prenup. Listen, I love you for you. I'm here for you. I'm not here for your money. Yeah. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it?
And just try to take control over your life. So yeah, exactly. You hope that people would help you when you don't know. And a lot of times what happened to me, they rob you, so it's best to get education so you don't have to depend on anybody to control your money or to help you, to help you keep your money in a safe place. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Yeah, we spoke about this a little bit earlier before you came on. It's important to make money, but it's more important to keep the money.
Yeah.
And so we've had plenty of conversations with people in entertainment. And the one thing that they always talk about, and Fat Joe spoke about it, Steve Harvey spoke in candidly about it, is paying taxes.
Yeah.
So
check it out. Speaking of taxes, I owe so much money. I never thought I was ever going to get out of debt. I'm out of debt now, but
I'm telling you, man, a lot of these people, y'all be thinking that they out here because they didn't had a long career, basketball players, entertainers, and all of this other type of stuff. These people money be fucked up. Just because people are visible in front of you, just because they generate a lot of revenue does not mean, shout out to you, time out, I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly, does not mean that they understand how to look at stuff. Look, I'm telling you, I love Mary. I think that Mary J. Blige is a generational talent. I think that she's done phenomenal. I think that she probably puts on a great show. She looks great physically right there. But let me tell you something. If you listen to Mary J. Blige right now, and her talking right now, she's having a hard time talking about the money aspect of things. She has a hard time being able to communicate effectively when it comes to understanding how money works. And this is how it's so easy for these people to get finesse. Shout out to Julius. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. Shout out. This is why it's so easy for these celebrities to get finesse. They think that, oh man, this guy is named a financial advisor. He's certified and all of that. Steve Harvey did the same thing and he got finesse. Next thing you know, he owing tens of millions of dollars. Mary J. Blige owing tens of millions of dollars in taxes because they don't understand how money works. They don't have tax strategists to support what it is that they already know. Right? They getting finessed and now they got to pay $30,000 a month in alimony. Now they got to go and work and they got to drop another album and all of this other type of stuff. Just because these people are famous or just because they're in front of y'all face or just because Google said that this is what their net worth is, they are not even remotely as skilled as what it is that we doing, even in the bag chasers. I'm being honest with you. They don't understand how to look at everything from a financial perspective. They are great at what they do. They are a generational talent. They can sing, dance, rap. They can do your dance. They can do all of that. IG models, most of them is broke. It's a fact. I don't care how many followers and how many subscribers that they have. Most of these people are broke. Broke. That's why they be so scared when you be like, all right, let's do a money fight. They be like, they start hyperventilating because they ain't really getting it like y'all think that they are. They got a lot of hands in their pocket. They don't listen. Entertainers, athletes, email me. I got you, man.
I mean, I owe millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. And I think, right, you know, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Go back to the.
So I was trying, we were going to get to that. So the lack of education around that, right? As you're getting this large sum of money, you're accumulating it.
Right.
How are we even getting educated? Who are we surrounding ourselves to protect ourselves, to make sure that we are paying taxes? Is it a financial advisor, somebody in our team?
A great.
You don't need a team. You need somebody to teach you. And then you need the people to do their job that you're paying, such as a tax strategist or a CPA, to then support what it is that you already know. Let me say that again. You don't need anybody. When I talk to my lawyers, right, because I pay my lawyers a lot of money. I literally just got a text message from one of my lawyers right now. I'll show it to you. I don't want to show all of it. I literally just got a text message from one of my lawyers, right, or an email from one of my lawyers right now. Literally just got an email from one of my lawyers right now. I don't want to send all of that because there's some documentation that's going out or whatever like that. But I literally just got an email from one of my lawyers right now. Just got it. You know me, I don't mind making a phone call. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yo, what up?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, send me the lawyer been calling you, right?
Yeah.
Send me the lawyer's number. Send it to the white phone.
Which one is that? Oh, the bitch. I don't know the colors. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Business management team. And you have to have, now I have the wisdom. Now I look at my payroll, that's not my money. My taxes are not my money. My tithes are not my money. So I'm like, pay my business, pay my payroll, pay my taxes, pay my tithes.
Even right now, truly don't even understand everything from a business perspective. She telling everybody else to pay your payroll, pay your taxes, and pay your tithes. Tithes is basically your 10% that she's giving over into the church. The tithes, she's giving 10%. Now, here's my question. Are you giving 10% of the gross, or are you giving 10% of the net? Do you have an S Corp? Are you having an LLC? Do you have a shell company that then covers those corporations that then control what it is that you got going in and out? And do you pay yourself a specific amount? She literally could have avoided, well, I'm not going to be giving that much game, but the tithes is what she's paying to the church.
All of that money, I don't even want to see it because it doesn't belong to me. And that's how I was moving, period. I was moving like that, period. But nobody listened to me. When I was married, I was like, pay my taxes, pay my tithes, do everything. And then, they didn't listen to me. So, but he was in control of everything. So
I'm about to drop the link in the chat for y'all to be able to cam up if y'all got any questions or y'all want to contribute into the platform.
we don't want to do all of that, but that's how I do. Those things are important to me. Payroll, taxes, tithes, anything that, if anyone's doing a service, you have to pay them for it, and you have to call people back.
Honestly, Mike, I think that she's awesome. I think she's phenomenal, but I can tell the difference between people that actually understand everything from a business perspective versus people that's just good at what they do that generate a lot of revenue. It's a huge difference, y'all.
Sometimes people just want to, okay, I'm gonna get back to you. It's not always so much about vendors beating your door down because they're just being aggravated. They just want to know that you are acknowledging them if you owe them money. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't call people back, it creates a bad image for you. It creates chatter that you don't do business properly. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, those things are important to me now.
So this is Strength of a Woman's Festival. And a lot of times when we think about prenups, it's always from a man's perspective. Like a man wants his wife to sign a prenup before they get married because he has more money. But there's not always the case. Sometimes in your situation, the woman could be the breadwinner or the woman can have more money. So what are your thoughts on prenups and how would you approach it, or what advice would you give as far as for a woman that may be wealthy?
It's pinned to the top of the chat if you guys got a question or you want to join the panel to ask me or give a comment on anything, or if you just got smoke for me, you're more than welcome to be able to cam up and say that.
And they're looking to get married.
Get a prenup. Because I didn't have one. And that's why I ended up having to just give everything away, because it's so, let me just speak, it's so whack right now that men,
Now it's men's fault. The environment that you guys created, that you advocated against as far as updating family court laws, and now because you had to pay alimony and you had to start looking at everything and taking care of it like a business, like a man, now we feeling a certain type of way. Now it's so whack that men what? Men what? Say it. Let me see you say it with your chest. You guys are more than welcome to be able to come up here too.
can come at you and get and get alimony. So when I was getting a divorce, I was like, you mean to tell me I got to pay him? And he cheated and he lied and he stole and, not to get all petty, but you know what I'm saying?
That's what women have been doing for years. I thought that y'all wanted equal. Y'all don't want to be equal no more? Women have been doing that for years. They've been cheating. They've been leaving the marriages at exponentially higher rates than men. They have been leveraging men's kids against them. And now you finally get to experience what a man goes through. Fair, based off of the laws that you all say, yo, this is the laws. This is how it is that I want to roll with. You chose him. You chose not to get the prenuptial agreement. You said till death do us part. And now you feeling a certain type of way because you got to uphold your end of the bargain as the breadwinner of the family. You didn't know that you was the breadwinner before he came in. Now it's men. No, it's women. This is the environment in which you've thrived in, that you've created. And then you said that I want even more because I want to be looked at as a man. So now we treat you as an equal human being in the same way that men have been suffering for decades on top of decades. And now you want to be a certain time. Now it's men. Now you disgusted.
You mean I got to pay him for cheating and lying to me and ruining my life? So yeah, and the law is.
Black Beauty says, but Mary didn't birth anyone. What that got to do with alimony? We didn't say child support. We said alimony, homie. Alimony, homie. The link is pinned to the top of the chat if y'all want to come up and be able to say whatever it is that y'all want to say.
Is you have to, so I say get a prenup, cover yourself up. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Man, my wife is here, so baby, I love you. So you said you're debt free, and we see the success of Strength of a Woman. We talk about the spirits industry, but something monumental is happening in your music career.
What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about the idea that Mary J. Blige, this phenomenal, awesome, singing her ass off, great vocalist, awesome album, legendary artist, is feeling a certain type of way about the idea that she has to justifiably and legally meet her obligations financially as far as ensuring that this man's lifestyle is maintained? I don't see that as a problem. Where's the issue here? Somebody tell me what the issue is. What's the issue here? Why is it that we're supposed to have a double standard just because he's a man now? I thought that you were a woman. Now they saying, somebody in the chat saying prenups all the way around. No. We're not going to start having prenups just because you're the breadwinner all of a sudden. Now y'all want to have prenups all the way around. Nope. What's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. So because you have the ability to go out and make more money, and because I'm not having the ability, and as a matter of fact, you're removing my ability to make more money because I was your manager and your husband and I was your lover and your confidant, I want my money. I want my money. I want my $360,000 a year salary. I want it, and I want it now. As a matter of fact, here's the real caveat to this. I'm not really sure that he got enough. Do y'all think that he got enough? Do y'all think that was reasonable that he had to pay, that he only got $30,000? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all think that that's too much? Y'all don't think that that's enough? I don't think it was enough. I think he got robbed. I think he could have got more. I think he needed a better lawyer. Whoever his lawyer was, they messed up. They messed up. Whoever his lawyer was, they messed up. That's a fact. The more that we see women becoming the breadwinners, the more that we see women earning, you are going to start seeing this more and more, and this is going to play out beautifully. City Boys is up. They out here busting down these chicks with no remorse. They having a time of their life on your dime. And now you got to deal with the consequences that come along with it. Don't feel no type of way about it. Just embrace it. Just embrace it. Don't feel no type of way about it. Just embrace it. This is the life that you guys have created for yourself. Enjoy it. And make sure that you can maintain his lifestyle that go along with it. Let me read this real quick. Shout out to Psychedelic Sense holding me down. I appreciate you for the Cash App. Shout out to everybody that's holding me down on the Cash App and the Super Chats. Let me read some of these Super Chats while I'm at it. I want to make sure that I acknowledge the people out here in these streets, that they out here holding the platform down. If you guys have any comments whatsoever, you are more than willing to be able to cam up. Let's see what we got here. Timeout says, sounds like she's upset with bad decisions. Whoever was managing her and her money, I don't think it's just the spousal support. I have no idea about how Mary J. Blige manages her money and how she manages her team or what her husband was responsible for. All I know is what's fair for the guys is fair for the women. And unless you want it differently, then you should have advocated against. As a matter of fact, I think men deserve reparations. I do. I think men deserve reparations. I think that what we've been experiencing, the injustice that's been done to men. Hold on. Messy mathematician, I got you. Let me just say this really quickly. And again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat for anybody that want to cam up or want to just have a question. You don't even have to necessarily get on camera. I believe that men deserve reparations. I think that we should be taxing women. How is it any different than what it is that black people suffered as far as what y'all advocating for at the hands of white people at this? Because it's systematic, right? What y'all are saying is that it's systematic racism, and it's a system that was built to keep black people down and benefit those of a paler skin from the mountains of the Caucasus. That's what y'all been saying, right? How is it any different? Explain to me how it's any different that men should get reparations from women in the same way that black people are asking for reparations from white people. So men largely have suffered at the hands of women. They've been leaving the household. They've been breaking up the families. They've been creating generational curses that we've then had to pass on to our children by weaponizing the children against us. They've largely been the ones that depended on the government titty in order to then live their lifestyle. They've made us suffer. It's been women that egregiously put men in jail. We just seen it almost happen with Travis Rudolph, and that men lost their life. You know the type of trauma that Travis Rudolph is going to have to experience as a result of taking another man's life? He's never going to get his life back. He should be suing her for punitive damages. She should have been the one on trial. In my personal opinion, she's the murderer. You know how many men are getting out of jail for the Innocence Project? You know how many men had to pay child support for children that weren't theirs? You know how many men had got finessed into signing that birth certificate when they didn't get the DNA test? You know how many men out here don't even know that their kids ain't even theirs? Your kids aren't even yours, fam. Why shouldn't we get reparations? Well, Anton, you didn't go through it. You live in a blissful marriage. So what? You didn't go through slavery and you still asking for reparations? You still asking for reparations and you ain't never went through slavery. You ain't never got a lash on your back. You ain't never known what it was like to pick cotton. You ain't never got separated from your family. I want my reparations from women specifically. How is it any different? Why shouldn't I get reparations from women for what it is that they've done to our communities? They've broken up our homes. They've ruined our neighborhoods. They've absolutely destroyed our communities. They've created another standard in which it's systematically against men. What is Me Too? What is Believe All Women? What is this whole movement in which we've now created indoctrination camps as far as our education system that then encourage women to go and slut it out and then be able to have a man take whatever is left of him? That's not biblical. That's not what the standards of this country was supposed to be. It is remixed and revised, right? You are now even able to go and identify as whatever it is that you want to identify as, right? You've put our backs against the 8 ball. How is it any different for you to get reparations? Because I am largely looked at as the lesser gender. My daughter is calling me. Y'all lucky. I was just about to go in. I was about to go all the way in. Woo-wee. I was about to go all the way in.
Your call has been forwarded. Hello?
Hey, I'm on a live stream. What's up, baby?
Oh, I was just seeing how you're doing.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's okay. I'll talk to you after your live stream.
No, we can talk now.
That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it's okay.
You want me to call you right after the live stream?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I have to make a weight, so I'm just doing that right now.
Okay. Is everything okay?
Yep.
Have you been having fun?
Yep.
I love you.
Love you.
You was just calling me to check on me?
Yep.
You're such a sweet girl. I love you so much.
All right.
All right, I'm going to talk to you later, baby.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
See the Lord working in mysterious ways? You see the Lord working in mysterious ways, tried to soften my heart because I was about to go in. Y'all are more than welcome to cam up. I just put the link again in the chat. But boy, the Lord just softened my heart. When I seen my daughter calling me, I had to call her back. She said, I was just calling you to check on you, Dad. Made my day. Of all the things that I do throughout my day and all of the hard work that I do, it all is worth it just for that. Just for that. Just because your daughter called you and then and she don't even like the limelight. When she found out I'm on a live stream, she's like, no, that's okay. I'll talk to you afterwards. Gosh, I love that girl. She be getting anything that she wants just because she melt my heart. That's the only girl I sent for. To an extent. I still be on her, but it looked like y'all don't have nothing that y'all need to say to me. You know what's so funny? I always find it weird that people be having so much to say and so much smoke and they be typing back and forth in the chat, but then they never actually have anything that they want to say to me personally. What is that about? Why do people fear having a conversation with me? I don't understand that. Why do people fear having a conversation with me? Why are they so scary? If you got something to say to me, you know that on Fridays and then Wednesday nights on the other channel, Fridays on the Millionaire Morning, and you won't even have to have smoke, right? If you got a question, this is an opportunity for you to really get your energy off and for you to say whatever it is that you want to say when you want to say it. You ain't even got to be on camera no more. You don't even have to be on camera anymore. All you got to do is say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it. All right, we got one brave soul out here in these streets. All right. Do you want to be on camera? You want to be on camera, big dog? Hold on, let me do it like this.
Trouble with the camera right now.
Do you want to be on camera, bro?
On camera.
You do want to be on camera?
Yeah, you put me on camera, man.
All right. Okay, all right.
What's wrong with you, man? How you doing?
Hold on, I'm going to put you on camera. Give me 1 second. What's going on, bro?
What's up with you, man?
So I see you ain't went and got that haircut yet, huh?
I didn't.
Why you ain't get a haircut yet, bro?
Told you, man. It's me, man.
You don't want to get a haircut at all? What's going on? What kind of style you going for?
Just freeform locks.
And so then what it's gonna look like when you like in your final form?
Um, gonna be like real big dreads. It's like one whole dread right here.
What do what your family think about that?
My family love me, man. So
They
they don't
love
think
what? What do they love
they,
about it?
they don't think nothing negative of it because they know I'm doing good and handling my business.
Okay. You said you was getting to the bag. I seen you in the chat saying you was getting to the bag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Give me some insight.
Working. It's working, man. Going hard.
What do you do again? You don't have to tell me. Don't tell me where you work. Just tell me what you do again.
I'm a concierge. This commercial building, and I just got hired at Olive Garden dishwasher. So you feel me?
Oh, okay. So you got the second job.
Mm-hmm.
So you working two jobs. So you got the work ethic, right?
Sure. Most definitely.
So and then the final form is what? What are you gonna do? Like, what's gonna be the thing that gets you over that $1 million hump?
I just started. I just got the LLC. Um, that's my
Mm-hmm.
fly
What kind of business you started?
clothing brand, streetwear. About to get the trademark. After that, DBA.
Well, the doing business as is okay. I got you. All right, we're not gonna get into the details of that. So you got the so you
I know.
so you got your clothing company that you starting, right? Have you sold any items yet?
I mean, everything's not finalized yet, so I'm not putting nothing out until like all the legal stuff is done. I got my designs and everything because I
What you worried about? Why you not putting nothing out? How you know that it's gonna go if
I know I know
you haven't actually sold anything yet?
I know it's gonna go. I still gotta find manufacturers. Um, the process of manufacturers. Getting good. You feel me? Good quality gear first to print my stuff on. I got some fly designs. Like I'll be
So right
throwing
now
these.
you're just in the infancy stage in that you just created the design.
Yeah, I got a lot of designs.
How do you know it's gonna go? Why didn't you get some? You just got to get some samples. You got to go get some samples made up.
I mean that's true too, but I also need the money to get the samples. So you feel me? That's why I'm you feel me going crazy with the all that. Get my funds right.
You seem like a really good guy, man. You
I
seem
try
like
to
a
be.
good guy that got that got your head on your shoulders, and you said you married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got a kid and all of that other type of stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, you seem like a really good guy. I just personally, I just don't want you to limit yourself, um, because
That's your view of the world, though, Anton. That's your view. That's how
what's
you.
my view? What's my view?
Um, I can't be in a corporate with my hair. That's
Yeah,
how you.
because I've been running in corporate circles my entire life, so I'm pretty familiar with what the expectation is.
That's their expectations, and that's you feel me. What they gonna go on
Well, no, it's not they, it's the world, right?
circles.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. In what corporate setting have you ever seen somebody that was successful that had dreadlocks?
I never been in the corporate setting, so I can't say that.
So you're not trying to be in a corporate setting then.
I mean, not really.
Well, you
That's
know
not.
that as you continue to elevate and
But,
become
but
successful.
I can't be in a corporate setting though.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. That's what you think, man.
That's what I know.
That's your outlook, man.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. On here, I'll give you an example. This works. This right here, me being on the live stream and all of that, I can do that there. In the corporate setting, I don't look like this at all.
I mean, of course you're gonna switch it up and do all that.
Well, I don't wear this watch. I don't wear none of this in a corporate setting. Sometimes I do. I'm be honest. Sometimes I do. But in most instances, I don't even have these glasses on when I'm in a corporate setting. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do, man.
You don't necessarily have to though.
Why don't I?
You don't gotta follow the norm, man.
Why don't I?
Because you don't.
Says who?
Says me.
Just because?
I mean, not just because, but like, you could go outside the box and then you feel me? Like, you could change the norm. You feel me?
Like who? Give me an example.
I mean, I'm not giving an example. I'm just saying, like, you could be the person to do that.
I don't want to. I'm not interested in doing that. I want to get as much money as I possibly can.
That's you.
So you gonna change the norm?
For me, really though.
But see, what you don't understand, my friend, is that you live in a world with other people, and it's not largely based off of how you feel about yourself. It's based off of how people see you, right? So I'll give you an example, right? When you go to a restaurant, in most instances, thank y'all for the super chat. I'm gonna be reading that shortly. When you go into a restaurant, in most instances, it's usually a woman that is at the front door. Like if you go down here in Miami and you go all down Biscayne Boulevard, or you go into Brickell, or you go down Miami Beach, or you go on the South Beach, or any of that, if you just walking around, for every single restaurant, it is a woman. Most of the time, they get the most attractive one that they can. She has nice titties. Sometimes she speaks Spanish and English. Most times she speaks Spanish and English. And she's usually a pretty attractive woman that's sitting there at the front, right? Now, I could say, well, listen, when I'm starting my restaurant, I'm going to have a man at the front. But I'm also going to lose a lot of sales because your customers are the ones that determine who it is or what type of business that you're running, not you. Now, you could do what you want to do, but it don't mean that you're going to be successful. What I'm trying to tell you is that the blueprint for being super successful is not based off of how you feel about yourself. It's based off of what the user experience of your customers want from you. And so in corporate America, your customers, right, is a different demographic than how it is that you see yourself. They don't have to accept you. You can't force them into being whatever. You can't force people to go into your business. You can't force people to accept you. But if you want to go down that path, I'm just telling you that it's going to be much, much more difficult than it has to be.
Mm-hmm. But you just gave an example of like, I mean, it ties into what you just said, but it also like,
what? I'm listening.
It's the same shit, but it's really like, it's not like not say if like, cause I'm a boss. I'm on some boss shit. Like,
What make you a boss?
Okay, you got me right there. I'm not a boss.
Well, because you're just saying stuff. You're not necessarily. You got to justify why you say what you say. It ain't about how you feel about yourself.
I'm coming up as a boss though.
How?
I'm gonna be a boss.
So you gonna be a boss? Okay, all right. What does that mean?
Boss, someone that's self-made, somebody that's having their own, somebody that's doing things their own way.
Why? Why would you want to do things your own way? What's the goal? What's the goal? What's your ultimate goal?
My goal is money.
So your goal is to make as much money as possible, right?
Get this money straight.
Is your goal to make as much money as possible the most difficult way that you can get it? Or is your goal to make as much money as possible as far as the easiest path? Do you want to make things more difficult for yourself to make as much money as possible? Or do you want to go down the easiest path as possible?
But that's what you thinking. You
No,
thinking
I'm asking. I'm
more
asking.
I'm not making things more difficult though. That's how
You
you think.
are. You are. How many opportunities do you think you probably missed out on as a result of what people perceive you as versus who you truly are?
Man, look, what I'm trying to tell you, look, it don't even matter, like, really, cause I mean it matter, but it's like,
Why don't it matter? Tell me why it don't matter.
I'm gonna break something down about me personally.
Okay.
I'm a different type of dude. I done been through a lot of shit growing up, you feel me?
Okay.
Did 3 years in prison for a robbery. So
Okay.
my background is already fucked up to begin with. So I already got to jump through a whole bunch of obstacles and shit.
So you want to make it even more difficult. So you already got to deal with a bunch of shit
I'm
to
not
get through
making
the
it.
door, and then
I
you're gonna make
already,
it even more
I
difficult
already.
for yourself.
That's what you thinking, bro.
Okay, go ahead. Finish filling me in. Give me the game.
I'm just saying, I'm not making it. I'm not making it no more difficult. I'm going through the plan that God got me going on, like the way that I'm supposed to be going right now.
How do you know? How do you know that this is the path that God wants you on? The
I'm
path
not
that you're
back.
trying to go down.
I've been out since 2021, off parole and everything.
That's what you're
Got 2
supposed.
jobs.
But listen, I mean, congratulations on that. But you don't get credit for that, big dog.
I'm not saying it to get credit. I'm just saying it like to feel you more like on the inside of me. Like, you feel me? Like you saying like
How do you know that when you pray?
every day.
What do you pray for?
Guidance, keep me and my family safe. Just keep me on the road to like.
So you pray for guidance, right?
For sure.
How you know that God ain't telling you what you need to hear through me?
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
If you ask God for some insight or you told him to give you guidance, how do you know that I'm not the one to give you what it is that you need to really take you to the next level? So then he gonna come back to you and he gonna say, fam, you asked me for guidance, I gave it to you. You rejected it.
Hair not gonna stop nothing, man.
Okay. Well,
Hair not stop nothing.
I'll say this. Sometimes the thing that you ask for,
What
sometimes the
about
things that you ask for don't come the way that you think it's gonna come. It's gonna come different than that. And if you choose to reject it, then don't say that God didn't answer your prayers.
So
Go ahead. What was you about to ask me?
what you think about Dr. Umar Johnson's hair? He got his natural
I think
thing
it's a
going.
fool. I think he a fool. But I think he also is pandering to a group of people that are behind the 8 ball too.
What you mean behind an 8 ball?
His target demographic and his core audience is not people that are successful. It's not people that are winning. It's not people that's on the up and up. His target and his core demographic are people that don't have nothing, and that's who he draw. In my opinion, these are the people that he draw off of in order to continue to maintain his lifestyle. So he got to look like them in order to identify like them so that they'll continue to support him. But it doesn't make him successful. It makes him a fool because he's now teaching them through the way that he looks in his actions that this is okay and it's not. What makes Dr. Umar Johnson successful? What has he done that in real life that's actually you can use as an example for what success looks like?
All he got is some viral videos and shit, really.
So some videos, that's it?
I don't really know. I don't really fuck with Umar Johnson like
What
that.
do you think about him? What do you think about him?
I don't really fuck with him like that. He just do his little shit, little rants, and
Okay, so who do you
like
mess with? Who is your form of inspiration?
I fuck with Anton Daniels.
Facts. I like that.
Fuck with Charleston White. I fuck with
Mm-hmm.
Nipsey Hussle. Um, want to say somebody relevant. I mean, not relevant, but I really be listening to
Go and look at
like that. But
I want you to look up I want you to read. Do you like books?
I fuck with Donald Trump. I fuck with Robert Kawasaki. I got they books.
Go and listen to David Goggins.
Okay.
Look up David Goggins. That'll be a good one for you. He got a book. It's called You Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins.
Okay.
Read that and then tell me what you think.
For sure.
All right.
I'm also a bag chaser too.
Shout out to the bag chasers. But you got to listen to me though too.
I'm listening to you, but you feel me? I can't. You feel me? I'm not about to like. I'm gonna make it, bro. Like
I believe
straight
you.
up.
I believe that you will. But I want you to read. I want you to go and get David Goggins. You Can't Hurt Me. Okay.
For sure.
And then read that and then let me know what you think.
All right. I'm gonna tap in with you.
All right, my friend.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna come to Archer and then I'm gonna come to Chris. All right. Let me do this first. Let's see something. Yo, Archer.
Yo, can you hear me?
Do you want to be on camera?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on, my friend?
Not much, bro. I only found your channels about 2-3 days ago, and it was in the perfect nick of time because in life in general, I'm getting up close to 30, and I was watching a lot of content just necessarily. I wouldn't say negative, and I wouldn't necessarily even say mindless. It was just like
what? Give me an example.
My man Hotep Jesus. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I've heard of him, but I haven't actually watched any content. I don't know who it is.
He's a political commentator, funny satire, just stand up with current events. But at the end of the day, it's not really aimed at anything. And,
okay. Give me another example. Maybe somebody I'll recognize.
Maybe like a Tim Pool.
Okay. I know who Tim Pool is.
You know what I mean? Just content that's necessarily, it's intelligent people content, it's intelligent issues, it's worldly issues. But at the end of the day, it's not focused enough directly on self-progression.
Correct.
And I just YouTube account and I cleared all that stuff out. And so basically I'm down to you, some motivation channels, and just people that the algorithm recommends based on if they watch you or whatnot, which I've noticed they haven't really been able to hammer down.
I got
people
you.
I've been getting suggested since watching you, it's like I see how you could think that that's in the same category, but it's not.
Yeah.
But like you just told with the last dude, because I'm a Christian. I don't know. People talk about God in a lot of ways. I talk about it in the original way, and I really, bro, it's not a coincidence I found your channel because you're talking about starting this sports channel, and I'm about to do the exact same thing, bro. And I promise you, as a matter of fact, I got this dude I grew up with. He was just a star football player, all this, all that, but we grew up, and he's not necessarily. He'll tell you he's the same dude, but he's just real. Like, I'm trying to get him on this move to like, man, if we combine our minds and our efforts and our daily activities, it's not plus, it's multiplication.
What does he do every day?
I think he's he moves furniture. He bought his own house and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's a slouch by any means or anything like that, but just growing up, I was unconfident. He was hyper confident. And so as I'm reaching out to somebody in this stage of my life where I'm like, no, bro, I'm smarter than the average person, 100%. That's not being cocky. That's not being this. That's not being that. It's just a fact. And I look at him as somebody like, you're the only person with the confidence that it would take to do this, with the self-belief it would take to do this. And
To
I'm
do the
reaching out.
sports thing?
Not even the sports thing, just general. I got an idea for a mobile fitness company. He was a star football player. He's always been in shape. But sticking to one topic, because I don't want to take up too much of your podcast. But I got it on a bet with him, and now I guess with you, I guess I'm gonna just pop on the next live stream in a couple months and remind you that I said this. But I'm gonna have 10,000 subscribers by October 5th, and I understand that that's not the natural progression for a YouTube channel. But I'm not starting a YouTube channel about my general interest or a topic that there's hundreds of channels about. I'm not going to necessarily say what it is right now, but I've calculated the competition, the niche's willingness to spend money, the brain hacking formats of thumbnails and video topics and bylines and stuff like that make people watch. And the market I'm going for is underserved. I wish I could tell it to you right now, but by October 5th, I'm going to pop back on one of these. I'm going to have the 10,000 to show you, man. And then I would like to ask what we could do potentially as a collab. Because, bro, it's 100%, bro. I can't wait. October 5th.
That's dope. I will say, just giving you, because I don't know what the idea is or anything like that. I will say that don't entirely judge your success based off of how many subscribers that you get. Because it's a lot of people that have a lot of subscribers, but they don't know how to monetize, like truly extract the financial resources from these platforms. They don't know anything about audience engagement. They don't know what the combination of what it takes in order to be successful as far as continuing to grow or evolve and having your audience grow with you and engagement. They don't know the difference between watch time and then the combination of how many videos and then how long the video should be and then the different segments of audience in which you serve and looking at the user experience and using the analytics in order to guide you as far as where it is that you need to go and grow, right? Because a lot of times, and it happens in YouTube, you'll get a spurt and then you'll start to hit a ceiling, and it's not a consistent growth. It's like a roller coaster, right? And so, the consistency and the growth and the continuing to evolve and allowing your audience to evolve with you is the thing that's going to make you successful long term, not just have that quick bounce and that quick jump, right? So it's a lot of things that go along with it as far as what allows for you to be successful. But just remember that the subscribers themselves is not necessarily the litmus for determining whether or not somebody is successful, right? It's a lot of people that got 2 million subscribers and they can't even make $100,000 a year in AdSense, right? And so they'd have to make all of their money on sponsorships, which is a good thing also, right? It's a lot of people that got a lot of subscribers on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and they're not able to extract the money, right? Whereas I look at it a little bit differently. And so my strategy is I'm not here, for followers. I'm here for the money. So, it can be a combination of both. And, I think that you probably will be incredibly successful. And I think that you will grow. And I'm looking forward to seeing the progress of your channel. That'll be dope, bro.
October 5th at the latest, bro. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna catch
that's
you there.
dope. All right, my friend. Thanks for tapping in, bro. I'm going to remember you, Archer.
Please do. Please do.
All right, bro. Let me bring up Chris, and then I'm going to go to Dev. What up, Chris?
What's going on? How you feeling?
Chilling, my friend. How you feel?
I'm doing good. I'm not gonna lie to you. That first call kind of wore me out. I was sleeping in the back, but prayers for that brother. Hopefully, everything works out in his way. I don't want no one to fail out here, so prayers to him.
No, failing is not a bad thing. I think that failing is cool because as long as you're failing forward, right? Meaning that we all gonna go through stuff. We all gonna fail. We all not gonna automatically know it right off the bat, or it's not gonna go the way that we thought it's gonna go, and it may be a different form of it, or those lessons that you learn may evolve, and grow into something else. The best thing that ever happened to me was losing my job back in during the recession, back in the 07, 08 era, right? And I'm glad that I didn't get this other position in the healthcare system that probably would have slowed me down and didn't give me the the vigor to pursue investment and entrepreneurialism and in software engineering and in real estate and all of that other type of stuff, that then manifested itself into what my life is like today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think failure is a bad thing. I just think as long as you continue to fail forward, it can be very, very beneficial for him. So I got a lot of confidence that he's going to be successful. There is some things that he just going to have to learn on his own, because sometimes, you know, people don't want to hear, you know, what you got to say. They got to go through it themselves.
Right. One of my mentors told me, like, when it comes to these corporations, these businesses, especially the higher up, they're hiring you because you look like them. They're not hiring you because of you. You got to mirror them and how they look. So that's one thing I learned growing up. But he'll
Yeah,
get there. He'll get there.
I think that the cultural fit, whether or not they like you, is going to be the determining factor for whether or not you're successful. It don't come from whether or not you're as good as you great at what it is that you do. And I tell people that all the time. You're supposed to be good at what you do. You're supposed to do your job well. But whether or not you're going to be successful, or whether you're going to get promoted, or whether you're going to get other opportunities, sometimes we make things harder for ourselves by trying to do it our way, right?
Right.
A job is not your identity. A job is a way for you to make money. Even when it comes to opening up your business, you're not opening up your business so that you can feel good about yourself. You're opening up your business so that you can reach as many customers as possible. And so even people that, let's just say, for example, a restaurant, Chinese food sold in China is much different than the Chinese food sold here, even from people that are from
Facts.
mainland China, right? And so they're not here to try to reinvent the wheel and say, well, this is how they do it in China. They understand the American palate, and they pivoted in order to make sure that they serve the most customers possible. And so are they being chameleons? No. They're trying to figure out how they can make as much money as possible so that they can put their kids through college. And we can't
They're
figure that
adapting
out.
to the market.
Yeah, we so busy trying to do it our way instead of understanding your audience, understanding who it. Listen. I know that for most people, finances is boring. For most people, money is boring. Well, how do you know this, Anton? Because that's the reason why they didn't pay attention in school. And so I approach it a completely different way that allows people to be entertained, but at the same time, get the lessons that come along with it. And then maybe they'll be even more interested in taking more action into their personal lives by then leaning into a group of people that's going in this direction, or is incentivized, you know, to actually help you because they want you to grow, because you being a part of their network actually helps them to grow. And then we built this phenomenal community that we didn't even know that was being built, because I have this blueprint of Mr. Miyagi in you, right? But you think that finances is stupid. It's not. You just looking at it the wrong way. You learn differently. So I pivot according to what the audience needs in order to give them the entertainment, put the medicine in the candy, and then hopefully they get something out of it as a result of it. But we so busy trying to do it our way instead of adapting to what the audience needs in order for them to be successful. I know that people feel a certain type of way when I was wearing all my Versace robes. I did that on purpose. Sometimes I break out the
Right.
red one, sometimes I break out the black one, but if
The black one.
I really wanted to get up under your skin, I'm gonna wear the pink one. I'm gonna wear a pink
I hated
Versace
the pink.
robe, and they
I'm not
gonna
gonna
feel a
lie. I
certain
hated that
type of
pink
way.
one. I hated that pink one with the passion. I was like, go put the red on. Go
But
put the
you
black
can't
on.
stop watching. You can't
Right.
stop watching, right? And so my goal is ultimately to bring you into the family that allows for you to do the thing that's in your best interest. But sometimes I can't reach you by just saying, hey, can you do the right thing? I might have to say, fuck you, fuck your feelings, stop being a bitch, and then stop begging the federal
There you
government
go.
for a handout. You're going to go back and you're going to be hurt about it, and then you're going to come back and you're going to type hard in the chat. But in reality, you know that it's true, and so you're going to have to take this. So I
Right.
pay attention to what people need, not what it is that I want them to have. It's a difference.
No, I agree. And speaking of finances, I wanted to talk to you about this Provision, this Quest 3. I heard about Quest, but I never really paid too much attention to it. I know one of my nieces and nephew has it. I probably tried it twice. I'm looking at this Quest 3. It's kind of nice, but
It's
with the
dope.
Provision, with the Provision costing 3,500, I'm thinking they're using real materials. And follow me when I say this. When it comes to these current Apple products, they're using recycled materials. So I wonder if that goes into the pricing being the
I
way
don't
it
think that
is.
matters. I
So
don't think that's what it is. what the pricing comes from. Well, they got to recoup from the years of research and development. A,
Right.
B. I think that there's going to be um, systems in the future. I think that's not as robust, right? But it's kind of like when an iPhone came out, right? People was like, man, that's a lot of price,
Right.
right? Or when you're talking about
$700. Yep, I
yeah,
remember.
or you when you're talking about a tower, right? The and you adjust for inflation, it's a lot more than that. When you're talking about the MacBook,
Exactly.
right? You can go get a tower right now for $17,000. The biggest, most powerful Apple product that they have out there, right? The tower for you to be able to do all of your computing and everything like that. But then you got the MacBook Air and you got all of these other things, right? So I think that the $3,500 is for the early adopters, the developers. It's going to be for the people that are truly Apple enthusiasts, and then you'll start to see other products that's created that makes it more mainstream or makes people more adopt the technology to become a part of the ecosystem. But I'm gonna have both. Right? I'm gonna keep the Quest. I'm gonna continue to upgrade that, and then I'm gonna have the Vision Pro also. So
Right, because my theory, no, I agree with that because my theory is this, because I'm getting the Pro Vision probably spring 2024, summer the latest. But
mhm.
what I'm thinking is they're going to keep this product, they're going to keep it for 2 or 3 years and just do an update. So that way, when they do the Pro Vision 2, it's not going to be $3,500. It might be $3,000 or maybe $2,500
Well, they'll
because
be
with
able
the
to drive
first
the
big,
costs
okay,
out. I don't think that the price is ever gonna go down though.
okay. The only reason why I was
I've
thinking,
never seen them
okay.
lower prices on a product that they're continuing to improve.
Actually, follow me. Go back to the first iPhone when it
Mhm.
costs $700, and with inflation, I don't know how that would equate to right now.
Well, you can't go by off
Maybe,
of inflation, right? Because you got iPhones that
right.
cost 12, 13, $1,400. You got iPad Pros that you can get the mugs up to $2,300 right now. You can build it
Yes,
out
because
to
of
be the
the
2 TB
terabytes,
and all
right?
of that. Because what they'll do is they'll release a newer version and then they'll make the older version a little bit cheaper, or the older, lower, not as powerful version a little bit cheaper. But that main flagship product, it doesn't go down in price on Apple.
And the reason why I was thinking that is because when the first iPhone came out, $700. Now, when it came out with iPhone 2, they selling the idea is more powerful, more efficient than the first one, and they said this is how much it's going to cost. I think they said around the same price, a little bit cheaper, and I try to figure out
It was the
why
same
did they
price.
do that during the earlier stages.
It's always the same price or higher every time.
Okay,
Always.
okay,
This is the most
all right.
expensive Apple Watch that they have. This Vision. I mean this Apple Watch.
Pro something,
This is the Ultra.
right?
The headphones, the over-the-ear cup headphones, those are the most expensive headphones. You know what I'm saying? It goes
Yep.
up. Apple goes up, not down.
Okay. I was just curious because I was wondering, like, 3,500. I get it, I understand it. I'm gonna get it anyway, but just out of curiosity, because that was running through my head, because they're gonna use eventually they're gonna start using recycled material to make these goggles. So I was curious, like, how's the pricing gonna look in the future?
We gonna find out, ain't we?
Yes, sir.
I'll be there
All
though.
right, man. Good show last night. I was able to catch the first segment, but I had to go play husband and father duty. But I'm gonna go finish the show and I'm gonna check it out. But I'll see you
Thank you,
on
my
Fight
friend.
Club
I
tonight.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
All right, big dog. Let me get Dev, and then I'm gonna come to Rome, and then D Morris, and then we're gonna go from there. Dev, you want to be on camera? What up, Dev?
Nah, you went to the other one. This side, this wrong.
I'm sorry, Rome. That's Rome. Okay, hold on. Dev, call
Okay,
back,
no
and I'll
problem.
get you back in next. Okay, call right back. I'm gonna get you back in next. Let me get Dev in here. Dang, what happened? I lost everybody. Well, I didn't lose everybody. Y'all call back. I'll get you back in here. Let me get Dev in here real quick. What up, Dev?
What up, Anton?
What's happening, big dog? What's your thoughts?
A little bit unique situation with a lot of these guys, younger guys, getting, I guess, paying for box at a high rate.
Mm-hmm.
not really understanding it all that much because I know you ain't got to, as you say. Just you can find way better chicks that don't have to visit. Like you're visible yourself, so I really understand the need to be lazy. I understand I don't want to go outside, but I guess the guys want to take an easy route and just pay somebody's salary for a chick that's doing the same thing that a chick that actually care about you. So
I think that the nature of these guys is just to spend money on box.
I guess so. I mean, I might I'm not gonna have as much money as them, but I'm in the process of starting to run my family business now. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to come up on a lot of bags, but I'm gonna stay down for at least 2-3 years because I want to have security before I just start spending money I don't understand.
I understand that, but when you
And my
let me say this: when you start getting into the spotlight, it might be a little bit different for you, though.
I mean, I think it will because the situation I have right now, I'm out of Philly. My
Okay.
dad is a retired police officer, and he has a security company in Georgia and South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm opening an office in Philly, but we're taking over 30 stores, 30 to 40 stores
Okay.
from the rip. So I already understand that. Yeah, your head can get big, and he rich, but I don't think about me being rich because that's his money. So my goal is to add value to the business, have him make crazy amount of money. He already has it, but if he get what he need to get, I'll get what I need to get. My biggest thing is when you moving and shaking the people you already know, they start counting your pockets because he had somebody do that to him and start stealing from you in different ways. As you say, you
Okay.
become the bank for other people because they don't know how to make opportunities. I've always been in a situation where I know how to talk to people. I had my own cleaning business at one point, but me being the main provider for my children because I took over for their mother years ago. I had to make a lot of different choices. So
Are
females
you
out here
still?
work.
Are you married at all?
I'm not married. No,
How many kids you got?
I have 2.
That's rough. That's a lot, man.
It taught me a lot, though.
You
It
do
taught me a lot.
you do co-parenting?
No,
I don't know how you do it, big dog.
a lot of sacrifice. That's all I
How you
had
gonna
to
be
do.
running businesses and you still got to be daddy?
It's easy now. They 13, 14 now. It's just a little different.
Oh, they
It's
big
still,
now. They big now.
yeah, they big. I went through this,
Okay, I
a
got you.
while ago, and they're close in age. One was born April 3rd, one was born April 9th,
I
a
got
year
you.
apart. So
All right.
they're real close. So I could do everything once. But when I took them to my dad's house in Atlanta over the Christmas, they looking at everything like Grandpa got a Ferrari and Grandpa got this. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but understand you got to put the work in. Don't just worry about the toys. The
Yeah.
toys are
Yeah.
easy, but you got to understand the sacrifice that goes into it, which is similar to what you, Q, and Angry Man was talking about last night about a man really committing to the work, even though the woman wants somebody to be there. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but
Are
I
you
go
got
get
any
this
women that you're
woman.
talking to right now?
I do. I mean, I've been in a relationship for about 6 years, but it's just a thing.
6 years?
6 years.
What you gonna do with her?
I mean, at one point I thought about marriage and everything, but I know when I step into this business, I'm not going to be super available. So I got to see how she moves.
What that? But that don't have nothing to do with nothing.
It does have to do with her if she can't play her part.
In 6 years, you wasn't able to recognize whether or not she could play a part in that, though.
I think a lot of it was for me to become mature. I had to do a lot of understanding how to be the man because I was in a situation where a lot of women were strong personality. I wasn't able to really stand up to a lot of things. But knowing what I know now, been watching you for about 2 years and understanding the way you're supposed to move compared to the way the most men move because they're scared of whatever, it changes a lot of things where you actually understand your value as a man. So,
So, do you plan on actually getting like married or anything like that?
I would
Is
love
that
to get
something that
married
she's asking you about?
now.
Why is she asking
And
you
that's,
now?
I think she sees the meteoric rise with things. She's not a material person, but at the same time, it was a big thing where I don't want to explain the value of being married when somebody who didn't necessarily see that. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to make that offer.
So
That's not a situation.
she never was asking you about getting married in the first place?
She was, but she's not the mother of my children. So it was a thing of she didn't want to play a role she wasn't ready for.
I guess the only thing I'm just trying to understand is what's the long-term vision for this whole relationship thing that you in? Because it sounds like you got your whole life together from a business perspective. But I'm just trying to understand, is you trying to be with her or are you just trying to keep her around? Is she just a convenience or is she somebody that you actually see yourself with being with for the rest of your life?
I see myself being with her, but you know how situations change, and then some people can't
Not after
be.
6 years, they don't. You know exactly who it is that you're dealing with.
I will hope so, but again, I'm not. I'm very accessible right now.
But I don't know what that means.
So for the last 6 years, I haven't had a job. I've been on the gig work, and I've been trying to get away from that, along with having my own business. So my ability to kind of be around and do what I need to do is different compared to when I'm committed to something else. I'm like, this is number
I
one.
don't know. It
I
sounds a
don't
little.
know.
And listen, let me tell you what it sounds like to me. You want to know what it sounds
Go
like to
ahead.
me?
Go ahead. Give me the pill.
Sound like you getting money now, and you a lot more stable now. And so now
Yeah.
you questioning whether or not you want to be with her because she was convenient at a time that you ain't have nothing, but
You know.
she's becoming inconvenient now that you see yourself going to the next level. That's what it sounds like to me.
You know what? At one point, I thought that, but I understood
I don't
that.
know why y'all don't just be being real with me, man. I know what the hell is going on out here in these streets, man. Listen, I didn't coached a lot of people. I've seen a lot of situations. I've seen a
Right.
lot of things play out. One thing is for show, and two things is for certain. I know, and I can tell, and I know the nature of people. The reality is that you now see yourself in a different position. You see yourself as more valuable. You see yourself as greater. And you're starting to question whether or not you think that she can play a role in your life based off of where it is that you see yourself going.
Right.
That's just the reality.
I mean, I guess it's a natural progression when things are different. Again, this opportunity has been open to me for about 10 years. I just started recently
Don't
entertaining it.
matter. They ain't got nothing to do with that.
I got you.
So
Well, you know,
what was she doing this whole time that y'all was that you was trying to figure it all out? Was she working? Was she supporting you? Was she holding you down?
yeah, she's working. She was working back then, went through the pandemic and everything. She's been
Uh-huh.
holding me down. It was
Uh-huh.
a thing of, let me ask you this.
No, wait. You got to give it to me.
I'm trying to give it to
Give
you.
me the sauce.
So my thing is this, because when it comes down to certain things where family meshing and he had issues with that because she comes from a different background, but it was a challenge with the mother talking to people and all that good stuff. I had to really navigate. All right, well, do I throw this whole thing away and try to do this? And you're trying to play two different lives. It was just complicated for me because I ain't gonna make everybody happy. So I was like, F everybody and it's just do what I gotta do. But my children go for anybody else. So it's just a thing of knowing I want to really, really, really get into things with making sure my children are good before I bring in somebody at a different level. Like I got a lot of parenting to do. My son's about to get into high school. Come in, he graduated from high school Monday.
But wait.
I
Okay,
got
so let me ask you another question. You gonna keep it real with me? You gonna be 100 with me?
what else I'm gonna do? If I lie, you're gonna know.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Have you been with any other chicks?
Over the last 6 years,
Yeah.
when we
Keep it
had our
100. Keep
had
it
our
100 with me.
yeah, she know.
No,
No
she
reason.
don't know. She don't know about all of them.
What you
Come
mean
on,
all of them?
come on, big dog.
Big dog. I get my money. I don't worry about these chicks because I'm not trying to save nobody. That's where I'm at right now. I
How
did
many
that. I tried.
how many chicks you got on the roster that's available right now?
That's available. Like it's
Yeah.
only her. I live with this chick. I pay all the bills
I
anyway.
said that's available, not that you. Come on, man. Keep it 100 with me, bro. Because if
I
we're
don't
gonna have
have
a
a
real
roster.
conversation, then we got to have a real
I don't.
conversation, bro.
Right. I don't have a roster, but if I looked at my phone, I could probably get with 6 or 7 chicks. I really tried,
Okay.
but
So
I'm not.
considering that you have all of this availability and options,
Mm,
what changed? Why is everything evolving now that you in a different space? You in a different life. You got different money. Your kids is getting bigger. Now you different.
so all right, let me put it to you this way. I was the person that brought up marriage. She didn't want to get married.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Okay, so it's not a thing of like for me, it's not that I'm changing. It's just like I understand what's going on.
Yes, you
I
are.
don't.
Yes, you
Okay,
are.
well, okay, okay.
You know you changing. You don't
I mean, it's
listen.
not even
Listen.
that
The one
changing.
thing about us men is that we can see, we can project our greatness. When we start
Okay.
to see that window of opportunity, and we start to see the potential for that Ferrari and all of that other type of stuff, and stand out for the next 2 years, or what the opportunities is going to present ourselves with, we start making an evaluation of who's going to be in our lives in the time of our abundance.
All right, so let me ask you this: is the size of the bag that you know that you're coming up with in general dictates who you should keep in your life?
No.
Okay.
Mm. Because
I believe that
the
also.
people
That's
that
why I'm not trying to be
the
too
bag
too.
don't have nothing to do with who you should keep in your life. Who you
Okay.
should keep in your life is based off of who you are from a character perspective. See, listen, when I coach people, when I kick it with people, I don't just kick it with people based off of business. I kick it with people based off of the entirety of who they are, ensuring that their character is matching their trajectory as far as their success. Because what happens is your character is going to keep you along your journey with success. Because most people don't even know what it's like to have to deal with a certain amount of money. Most people don't know what it's like to have to be bombarded with different women or different people that want your attention, or the opportunities, or what it's like when you pull up in a Lamborghini. See, a Lamborghini, for me, jumping in that Lamborghini, that's just a fucking truck to me. It's a nice truck, right? And it's something that I like based off of all of the features and the quirks or something like that. But let me tell you something. When I jump out the Lamb and the girls are saying, ooh, they don't mean shit to me because I'm on the phone with my wife at the same time, right? So it's different for me because when I get up in the morning, I pray for character to keep me in places that my money is not going to be able to, they can't help me, right? And so it could be a curse or it could be a blessing. But the problem with a lot of guys is that they don't start evaluating who it is that they have in their life until they start to see themselves with some abundance. Then they start pivoting, right? If this woman is a woman that's held you down for the last 6 years, why you dipping out now?
I don't think I'm dipping.
Well, then
I, don't- I,
that means that you wasted her time for 6 years then, because she was convenient. She was convenient for you when you ain't have shit. When you was gig working and you was hustling, she was there. But then all of a sudden, she ain't convenient no more, and you kind of let her know because listen, I did talk to you about marriage, but then at the same time, you ain't want to hear it. Now all of a sudden, come on, you got to be consistent the entire way.
okay, so just to keep it real, funky with everything. It for me, it's just it's more than just taking care of me. It's a lot of things that come with it for me because, as you say, the character and everything there. Parts of that is there and it's gotten better since she's been getting older and everything like that. So
How old
my
is she?
thing,
How old is she?
she just turned 30,
How old are you?
32.
You don't like her no more.
I love her.
No, you don't. Well, loving somebody don't mean that you like them though.
Okay,
You
so
don't see a future with her.
I've always seen the future with her. That's the whole thing.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
You can say it all you want. I always seen the future with her. It was more about some other things that I believe we didn't align on.
So you don't see a future with her.
Listen, I don't want to have to sell people on a dream on things. That's just kind of how the way I am. The way I move is the way I'm going to be. I'm consistent. If I'm not consistently getting what I need from somebody, I start to reevaluate the situation. So I look at things and I think not to be snapped, but understand: is it a history or is it a phase? Can I handle it? Can I cannot handle it?
Has she ever
Am I going?
cheated on you?
She's never cheated on me.
She never cheated on you.
We through this whole 6 years, there's been a lot of off on, off
No,
off.
no, no,
So
no.
it's
That's
just
cool. But did she ever cheat on you?
No, she's never cheated on me, and I never cheated on her.
Has she ever abused you?
I wouldn't say abused because she has a very similar demeanor to you. Tough love and realness is the truth. So if you can't handle it, that's a whole different ball game.
But
I
that's not
had to be
abuse. She just keeping it real.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not abuse to me, but some
For
people,
me, those are the type of
right?
people that I want around me, is the people that got my best
And
interest.
that's why I kept her around because it was a more thing like, yo, Dev, this shit ain't looking right. Don't let that person use you. I'm like, you know what? Let me take another look at that. And
But
you put me in
how can
perspective.
she use you if she held you down for the last 6 years? Is what I'm asking.
What do you mean by held down? What's
What
your
you mean?
definition
She
of
been
held down?
rocking with you through your ups and downs through the last 6 years.
Yeah, she has, but at the same time, she's been fed up with me and do what she want to do.
That's called being in a relationship. My
Right.
brothers don't even like me half the time, but we still rock with each other. Me and my mom get into it with, yo, you're gonna go through ups and downs in your
Right.
life. You don't think that me and Rita have never been fed up with each other or got tired of each other or anything like that? That don't mean that I'm an abandoner, or when I become famous or when I become successful or something like that, that I'm not gonna acknowledge the fact that she the person that had my best interest at heart when ain't nobody give a fuck about me. Like I'm
Believe
I'm a loyal person, and when people love
so.
me, I love them harder.
I think I'm thinking very similar in that aspect because I'm not gonna want to see you drown if you with me. That's just simple as that.
No,
You
no, 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 no,
family.
no, no. It's a difference. It ain't that I don't want to see you drown. I want to see you thrive.
Right.
I'm not trying to help you survive. I want you to be great. So my goal is to put everybody else around me in a position of power as a result of my success, because they pour into me. They lean into me. They've given up certain parts of their life in order to ensure that I am the one. And so
Right.
I'm gonna reward them for that loyalty. Now,
You
have we
know.
went through things? Absolutely, we went through things, but I don't start to pay attention to the things that we went through in order to justify how it is that I see myself in the future without them.
So let me say it this way because I've always told her she has wifely characteristics towards me in a way I feel comfortable in a way that I know I want to be with her. It's not a thing I want to be exchanging her for somebody else. I don't she tell me all the time, yo, chicks be checking you out, you don't pay them no mind. I'm like, first of all, I'm with you, and second of all, I'm making money. So what I'm worried about them for? So that's just how the way it is. I don't really care. But if I know I got somebody who love me, and I know that for sure, because that's always been a struggle of trying to get some type of not validation, but a situation that works out a lot better for both halves. It's not easy because I love hard. I love my baby mom hard. I got abused through that situation to see what a real situation looks like. So I'm very grateful for everything this lady gave me, and I'm willing to put my whole life with her. I'm
Yeah, well,
being real.
here's my real question. Here's my question. Do you see your life with her? Honestly, because if you don't, like, the thing you got to be is honest with yourself. And you're not a bad person if you don't see yourself with this chick. The thing
Right.
that I'm just trying to figure out is, are you gonna waste your time, or are you gonna cut this shit off and then let her go and live her life? Because you're gonna have to be a savage, right? You're gonna have to be a savage, and a savage, in my opinion, is a person that makes the hard decisions when other people can't. And
Right.
so, if you don't see yourself with this chick, then why you gonna let her waste her 30s and her 40s and her 50s hoping? Man, let that hoe go.
Man.
Oh, now you don't want to make the tough decision.
No, it ain't about making tough decisions. I've told her about a long time ago when we
No,
was
no,
going
no, no,
through
no.
things.
It ain't up to her. It's up to you.
Oh, okay. So my whole thing is right now, like what I have to do right now is I'll be. I mean, let me give you a little bit more context. My mother has stepped in as the motherly duty for my children, and that's been a situation where I'm trying to reclaim some things. But I understand that she doesn't want to live with children, so I got to take the next 2 years to get me and my children in a point where I'm not worried about
So
she.
basically, what does that have to do with your girl?
She's not going to live in the same house with me if she can't coincide with the children the way I want to raise the children and help me raise
You
the
just
children.
said that your kids is big as fuck. What you talking about?
I am, but it don't mean she ain't got an opinion, and that energy is very strong in the house. Sometimes it's stronger than
Listen,
mine.
listen, 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 listen.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just being real with you. Like
You
you want me
waste
to be
you're
honest
wasting
with you.
time. No, no, no. You wasting time.
Okay.
Either you gonna let her go, or are you gonna have her? Or you gonna keep her? If you gonna keep
Right.
her, then you gonna have to commit to it. If you gonna let her go, then let her the fuck go. It's as simple as that. You're not a bad person either way. You're a human. She has to be responsible for the fact that she also chose you and she rode with you without getting married. And then you have to be responsible for how it is that you affect other people. But ultimately it's up to you. If you got these thoughts in your head to where you don't see a future with this chick based off of the projection of where you're gonna be, then you need to be at least have some integrity and honesty and roll with it and say, listen, I don't see you playing a role in my life going forward. Let this shit go. Or roll with it. But either way, you can't be on the fence riding. Either let her go, live her life, or commit to it 100%. That's all I'm saying.
I understand, big dog. I'm gonna have to get on your coaching calls when you get some time, because obviously the type of stuff we talking about, we talking about generational decisions. I ain't talking about money no more. These are decisions that's affecting too many people that I don't want to waste time on both ends. So I'm all about marriage and being with her, but I
No,
gotta
you're
have
not.
what I need out the situation.
No, if you're not 100% in, you're not 100% in, you're not even 100% sure, then you're
I
not
said
about it.
I'm all about it. It don't mean I made that decision right now. Right now, I'm good with everything the way it is. But she already expressed to me that you need to spend some more time with me, and I'm trying to explain to her. I'm like, yo, I got to go get it. So if you just not
So
getting
what?
it in
That's just
that,
the nature of women. All women want you to
I
spend.
understand that. I understand that. I
Rita say
understand.
that to me every day. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. Rita say that to me every single day. I'm here. I'll let you know. Watch this.
Listen,
What up? I'm on a live stream. You out having fun? You doing some shopping? You doing some shopping?
Who can say?
I'm on a live stream. I got a question for you. In your opinion, what do you ask from me the most?
Probably to not work as much, spend some more time with me.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
okay, so that's normal. Got it.
That's women. If she likes you, she gonna want to spend and be up under you as much as possible. I'm still gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Of course, they're gonna ask you to spend more time with you. That's just the nature of who. If she likes you, if she adores you, if she want to be with you all the time. The red flag is when she don't want to be around your ass, but she's sticking around in order to see if she can benefit. If a woman is not pining for you, if she's not waiting for you, if she's not looking for you to spend more time, then that's the red flag. That means she's just using you. But if a woman wants to spend more time with you, that means that she inherently loves you, likes you, and wants to be with you. That don't mean that you have to succumb to it. You got to learn to balance and learn how to operate in your masculinity, because you just got to groom her and help her to understand. Listen, you always gonna want to be around me, but at the same time, you got to understand that daddy gonna be gone.
Right.
That
You're
ain't
right,
that ain't
Anton.
nothing new.
You're right, Anton. You're right. You're right. It's just, I mean, you're right, because I listened to a lot of things. She listened to me with you, so we definitely have some conversations about a lot of stuff that's being said on your show, and a lot of times we agree and we got some different things, but we never. I never felt like she was against me. She always got my best interest, and I was like, listen, I told her years ago, yeah, you gonna be my wife. Her mom said it. I still believe that.
Oh, you giving false promises out here, bro?
I never gave false promises.
You told her you was gonna be her wife.
I told her that 3 years ago.
That's a false promise. That you ain't married her.
She ain't want to get married.
I don't believe that. All women want to get married.
I will take you in the house with her right now. She'll tell you.
Call her. Let me talk to her.
Hold on. I'm gonna take you in the house. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm with it.
All right. Sweet cheeks. Sweet cheeks. My favorite YouTuber wants to talk to you. You ain't gotta be on the camera. Anton on the phone with me right now.
Does
She
she
won't.
want to be? If she don't want to be on the camera, she don't have to be. It's
She
up to
pretty
her.
as hell. She could be on the camera. I'm just
It's up.
saying.
It's up to her.
It's up to you. You want to talk to him? He asking about our
Well,
communication.
ah.
She cool. She nervous as hell, but she always be on the camera.
What's her name? I don't want to call her Sweet Cheeks. That's your nickname for her.
Exactly. That's mine. I ain't. What you want me? What you want me to say? Yeah, yeah. Instagram tag.
No, don't do that.
I ain't doing that.
I'm gonna call her Miss Lady. Is Miss Lady? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Would you mind having a conversation with me?
of course. I'll have a conversation with you.
Do you want to be on camera?
You pretty enough. You cool.
It's up to you.
Okay.
You gonna be on camera? All right.
Yeah,
Let me
she gonna.
talk to her. Let me talk to her.
Hold on. Go ahead and cover up.
All right, Dev. Get up. Get out. Go. Get out of here, Dev. I want to talk to Miss Lady real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Is Dev gone yet?
Yeah, he left.
Okay. Miss Lady, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I got some questions for you. Now, I don't want you to um the questions that I have for you. I don't want you to assume like, oh man, something is coming or something is happening. We just having a general conversation. You know what I'm saying? All
Mm-hmm.
right, so Dev, let me ask you a question. How long you been in a relationship?
6 years.
6 years. That's a long time. Do you like being in a relationship?
Sometimes.
Why you say sometimes?
It could be difficult and challenging, so sometimes I be ready to just be out.
You be ready to be out?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's some stuff I don't know about. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get into that. Here's my question for you, and I'm just genuinely curious because I know the nature of women, and women in general are in a relationship, and then ultimately, I think it's a bigger goal, right? Just inherently the nature of who you are. Would you at some point like to be married?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow. Why would you? What do you mean you absolutely would want to be married?
Why would I not want to be married? Why would I not want to be someone's wife? Why would I not want to be taken care of by a man?
No, I agree with you. I'm just and generally curious because I'm trying to understand the nature of women, and so I'm asking you as an individual, how it is that you see it.
That's how I see it. I got, listen, 30%. That's all I got. And a lot of guys out here, they not even ready to cover 70%. They ever want to go 50-50. I want a husband that is okay with my 30%, that we can grow, we can build, we can create, we can have things together. It's always better two than one. I don't want to be out here struggling by myself.
Thank you. That's all I wanted, Miss Lady. I was just curious about that. All right, you can tell Dev to get the phone.
That's my bag right here. Where's my bag? Good. That's it.
No,
Where is it?
I got it.
All right. All right.
Dev, you got some explaining to do, my friend.
I'm telling you, a lot of things have changed, but it's been the thing where we more committed to doing things than not.
Oh
Me.
no, Dev, no,
I'm
no,
being
no,
real.
Dev,
If you want to ask me a
no,
question, you want me to answer.
no, Dev.
You want to try to put me out there? That's cool.
I ain't putting nothing out there. You told me one thing. I asked, and she gave me the answer.
That's current, Anton. That wasn't like that before. You gotta take your glasses off. Listen, I know she want to be married to the right man. I know I can be that man, but a lot of it was I had to grow the hell up. I'm not gonna be fake with you. You get what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate the candidness and the honesty. I
So
think that's dope.
I knew for a while she said I had boy tendencies, so I had to work on that. And then as I worked on that, I dropped my romantic side, so I had to work on putting that balance back in.
So
So
basically, she's been enduring as you've been growing as an individual.
yes,
Come on, man.
that's the
What we
truth.
what we talking about, bro?
You want me to get the papers right now? She already said she'll get them.
No. I don't want to force you into doing anything. I want you to start being. Listen, this is what I want you to take from this conversation.
Right.
I want you to take an honest look, like going at that private space in your mind and be absolutely positively transparent with what it is that you want, how it is that you want to move, and then make the adjustment accordingly and then make a decision.
Right.
Like, it wasn't even a thought. She know exactly what it is that she wants. So really, it's up to you. You're not fooled. You're not disillusioned. You're not confused. You're not misaligned. You know everything you need to know. So now you, as an individual, need to make a decision of what the direction of your life is going in. And that's as simple as that, bro. You got to make a decision, and move accordingly.
Okay. I'm not sitting there trying to play in the water. So that's where I'm at right now. And I already knew that. She knows that. So it's just about making that ultimate move forward to make it real. If it's just something about wasting time, I should tell her that. If it's not, I should commit. And she
All right,
usually commits. Just move that way. But I look forward to talking to you in the future, Anton.
for sure, my friend. Thank you for coming through.
All right.
All right, listen. I'm about to bring you up, Takeover. Y'all, listen. I've been doing this for a long time. This money game, this relationship game, understanding women, understanding how men think, the whole 9 yards. I know people. I know people. Y'all can't come up here and tell me one thing and think that I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck is going on. I know what you really thinking. I know what you're really doing. I know what you're really going through. You can't tell me something that I know what is going on out here in these streets. I know what y'all really thinking. I know what y'all real intentions are. In real time, I know exactly what's going on. Let me bring you up, Hostile. What's up,
Hey,
Hostile?
good morning, Mr. Daniels.
How you doing, my friend?
Oh man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing really, really well. What's going on, my friend? How you feel? What are your thoughts?
Oh man, I feel good, man. Just got off my night job. About to cut my grass, take a nap, and go to my day job.
That's what's up, my friend. So what's going on? What do you want to talk about today? What are your thoughts?
Man, your man's in them, Zion Williamson. What's up with the simping?
I don't know, my friend. You tell me. What are your thoughts?
Man, I don't run in those circles, so I don't know how those guys think. But I mean, the notoriety and the fame can't be new because he's been famous since high school. So I get it, the money's new, especially that amount of money. But damn,
Yeah, I think that a lot of times the notoriety and the fame never really wears off, though, right? I think the biggest thing is that this is the biggest example of the idea that young people are sometimes not even all people are not necessarily ready for money. But then number two, it doesn't make you any different of a person. It just makes you more of who you are, right? So when you start to see
that's
people
facts.
operate in society, and you seeing how things is playing out, you just getting the bigger version. You know what I'm saying? Things playing out in front of our ear. You seeing the bigger version that's ultimately a simp is gonna simp, and dudes is gonna move accordingly, and they willing to pay for the box, and then more guys are willing to do it than not. You just seeing it on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
that's
the
pretty
other
much what
thing
it is.
is Gilbert Arenas like co-signing it. Like, what happened to the older
Because that's what
generation?
he do too. All of them do it.
Right, but I mean, he never realized it's a mistake. It's a waste of money.
It's not a mistake. That's just what they do.
Well, the reason I say it's a mistake is because it's a bad business decision.
Yeah, not for them, because money is just a tool. It doesn't necessarily mean anything for them. They used to coming from a space where they get everything, or the opportunities that's presented to them. They don't look at money in the same way that everybody else look at money, because they've had it for a long time, or they never had to really struggle as a result of it. So it's just a little bit different of a thing. But let me get your final thoughts, Hostile, because I definitely got to get back to corporate America over there on the computer.
Well, basically, I'm literally about to drop the video I recorded on my way home from my night job
Okay, that's
about it.
dope.
But yeah, basically, man, I just think especially the way these supposed high value dudes is operating, it's hustling backwards, man. And
I agree.
it's setting a bad example for uh the the ones that have less financial means. Like I don't see how OnlyFans is popping like that.
I do.
When
Because there's
I
always going
mean
to be more dudes
I
that's
see
willing to
how,
pay
but
for it.
there's no reason for it because there's no way that it should that I mean you got like 1 or 2% that's making money, but the rest is they doing it for target wages and calling it worth it, and it's because of male validation. It's our fucking fault.
I don't know. It's just the nature of men. The nature of men is to operate the way that we operate, and you're never gonna change it. You just have to adjust accordingly. But listen, man,
But
I
the same
appreciate
dudes
you,
complain
Hostile.
about, all these thoughts and 304s and this, that, and the third. Men are the ones that are financing and monetizing this shit. If there wasn't no money in it, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, I appreciate you, Hostile. I got to get back to work because I got a meeting in 11 minutes.
Oh, one last thing. I did send that email you asked for last time we spoke. I haven't gotten a response. I'll resend it if you need me to.
Okay, I'll have my assistant look for it. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
And if just in case, I'll send another one.
Okay.
All right. Hey, always good talking to you, fam.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right. You have a good day, sir.
You too, sir. I can't pull you up, my friend. I do have to get ready for a meeting, but I'm expecting to be talking to y'all over the weekend. I might do a live stream. So, Jerice, I'm going to pull you up next time that I talk to you, okay? All right, thank you, my friend. All right, let me read some of these super chats, and then we're going to get up out of here. Let's see what we got popping off here. Julius Jermaine says, just a daily reminder that Jay-Z left Rockefeller and y'all put on a great show last night. Shout out to Julius Jermaine. Thank you for rocking out with me. Bam Bam Lynch says, I'll try to simp for $30,000 a month. Just kidding. Shout out to Bam Bam Lynch. My girl, Messy Mathematician. What's up, Messy? Messy said Mary J's ex-husband managed her for 12 years. And from what I understand, they were some of her most profitable years from a business standpoint. Her paying alimony is fair. This is why we like Messy. I'm starting to fall in love with Messy. I'm starting to fall in love with you, baby girl. Thank you, Messy, for holding me down, and I agree with you. Speeds the Beast is in the building, says reparations for men. Preach, my brother. Thank you, Speeds, for holding me down. Kenyon Williamson is in the building, says still want to add value to the channel. I sent info to you, $400,000 per year contracting as a systems architect. Still need coaching, dog. Tell dude you have to play the game to get that bag. They don't want to listen, Kenyon. They want to walk out here with the crazy hair and stuff like that. Listen, it's so much. I'm going to tell y'all the honest to God truth. I don't think that these dudes really realize how much money is available. I don't think that they really believe that they can have it. I think that when you hoping, a lot of times you move based off of how you feel. But when you see it readily available, you start to prepare for it. And that's one of the reasons why my assistant principal used to always say, Anton, success is when opportunity meets preparation. Success is when opportunity meets preparation. And these people are not preparing themselves for success because I don't even think that they think that it's real. Shout out to Kenyon and thank you for the 50 ball, my friend. I appreciate you. Self-Made Forever says, Anton, what's your views on the Euphrates River drying up? I think it's really a sign of the end of times. Did you see the situation of the UFO that landed in Las Vegas backyard? I did not see it. And I'm not familiar with the Euphrates River drying up, but I do think that at some point, I've been studying different countries that has been embracing the desalinization of water within the ocean in order to have drinking water for There are people in their countries and their cities and stuff like that, and it is some very, very financially powerful countries that are starting to embrace the technology. For me, I look at it as an investment opportunity. I never really pay attention to the whole sign of end of times conversation. And the reason that being is because when it's over, it's going to be over anyway. So while I'm here, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to profit from it immensely. And I'm starting to look at different companies personally that are into desalinization techniques and the companies that support building the machines that ultimately do that, because I see that as a gateway to huge profitability, considering that the majority of the Earth's freshwater resources and reservoirs, especially in these areas that like the Las Vegas, the Arizonas and stuff like that, they're going to have to make an adjustment and they're going to have to pivot accordingly because everything is unstable as far as being able to even feed what it is that the people need within these cities from financial resources and industrial, the entire gamut of what you need from an infrastructure perspective in order for people to even be able to thrive, especially with a growing population in the world. It looks like an investment opportunity, right? When we talking about food, agriculture, when we talking about water, resources, one of the reasons why I stay investing in the Midwest instead of investing anywhere else, I don't invest in Florida, I don't invest in New York, I don't invest in California. Longer term, the Great Lakes is the largest body of freshwater resources. And when you start to pay attention to the increase in temperature of the Earth's temperature and then the changing of the climate, I think that everything is going to start going up and then into the middle of the United States. And the Midwest is poised to really, really benefit financially off of that. So for me, I look at everything from a financial perspective. I think it's an investment opportunity. And so even in the Patreon, when I drop that video, the 8 things that I look for when I'm looking to invest in a company, I look outside the box. I don't just look at the most popular stocks or the most profitable companies. I look at a lot of different things, right? So shout out to you. And we're going to continue to run that check up, run that bag up. I think that it's a huge investment opportunity and it's a lot of money to be made. But shout out to you, Self-Made Forever, for that. Food for Jay says, young man, Jay-Z had to make damn near $1 billion and gain a fearsome reputation in business to grow his dreads. He had seized for a minute before. He had a Caesar. Yeah, he did have a Caesar. Shout out to Billanico. Says, be open to wisdom. Billanico sends me some of my merch and my gear when you see me with the Billanico hats or some of the hoodies and stuff like that. Billanico is a dope person that absolutely sends me a lot of gear. Shout out to you. Bam Bam Lynch says, hair doesn't make you, but it will influence opinion. That's true. Low Black Duck 2001 says, come on, son. How many mullets, mohawks, or blue hair do you see in the C-suite? There are expectations in the streets, the courtroom, or the boardroom. They'll learn as they get older. They'll definitely learn as they get older. Shout out to Shen C says, F it. I got it, smoke. Tired of this show starting a couple of minutes late every single day. I'm sitting, waiting like a homeless man at a soup kitchen. What are you talking about, Shen C? I don't know what Shen C's talking about. I actually started exactly on time today, but I appreciate you for the smoke. King Collins says, let the hoe go. Gee, it'll change your life. Trust me. Oh, wow. Christopher J says, let the hoe... No, that's not it. Christopher J said, Dev, what the F? Quentin says, relationships are like pro sports teams. Get a ring in 1 to 2 years or get traded. Oh, Aaron says, athletes fuel the whole economy. Every max contract is a new stimmy for the next 3 or 4 lottery winner. Jesus Christ. You catching the Heat game while you in Miami? I don't know. The last Heat game, they got beat up pretty bad, but I think that I'm going to bet on the Heat tonight for the next Heat game. Centennial G says, Tariq St. Patrick coming for that bag next Monet. Why Mary complaining about when she come from the big, rich town? Shout out to Centennial G. I appreciate you. Tia Marie says, you still standing on your Bernie's budget? You got to be an example out here. I am. Listen, every man has that one weakness. For those of y'all that don't understand what Tia Marie is saying, Anton from AntonDaniels.com has what I call the Bernice budget. It's called the Bernie's budget. I talked about it last night on the show. If you guys have not watched it, go and watch it. It's on the other channel. We did a Thursday night live stream with me, Angry Man Q, and then my girl Jasmine. So go ahead and check that out. Tia trying to put me on the hot seat. The Bernie's budget is real though. That's a real thing. Preston Walker says, no fumbling Fridays. We here at Idaho Bag Chasers Academy would like you to say what a bag chaser is. We love your work. Keep the bag moving. A bag chaser is a person that's chasing the best version of themselves, understanding that all of the money, the success, the great marriages, the phenomenal relationships, and the great network come along with it, right? So I would like to say bag catchers, but it just doesn't sound as catchy. So we just called it the bag chasers. Because the money come along with it, but you got to have the character, you got to have the growth, you got to have the network, you got to have everything that come along with it. So shout out to Preston Walker and my Idaho Bag Chasers out in the building. Carrie says, have an incredible weekend, Anton, Rita, and everyone. Always remember, believe in your greatness. Carrie, I love you, and I love seeing you on Monday nights. You are absolutely awesome, Carrie, and I don't want to see you on other panels either. Let me say that out loud. Ed Hill says, brethren, please update when a comedy show will be. My bro is dying to see Charleston. I will. We are talking about dates literally inside of the group chat right now. So I will update you guys and I will give you some insight on when the next comedy show is going to be postponed into. Thank you to everybody that supported the platform, rocked out with me. We have Fight Club tonight. Ray Meester. Clearly you didn't watch the Thursday night show last night. The Bernie's budget is a real thing. I gave a specific number of the amount of money that I would be willing to spend to entertain Bernie's Burgos. And I think I said a couple other people. I think Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, Nicole Murphy. It was like a few people that I might put a stimulus check behind. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm expecting to see a lot of y'all on Fight Club tonight. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. If you want to know what the Bernie's budget is, make sure you go and watch the other show on the Anton Daniels channel. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more thing before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. Thank you for everybody that called, cammed up, had a question. Salma Hayek, Nicole Murphy, Bernie's Burgos, all of them. We got a stimmy budget for them. All right. Oh, fuck, Ray, what is wrong with you? Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Look at Rita in the chat. Honey, you know I gotta have a budget for Bernie's now. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.